All right, we are doing a quick check here, confirming some things. Hold on a second. And we're live. Sweet. Welcome to the Pester Line Avalanche live stream. I'm Michael LeBois, floating here by myself, hoping that this works out for me tonight. Trying to make sure everything works as scheduled here. Sorry, this is my first time doing this by myself, so this should be a fun and exciting experience in its own right for me as we head into the adventure that is the Avalanche and the Edmonton Oilers. I got to sign into my... Sorry, this is already turning into kind of a mess here. Trying to make sure I can sign into everything that I need to. Luckily, it looks like the game before is going into overtime, so we'll get a little bit of time. Looks like puck drop's going to be around 8:17. Might have to switch over to True to watch the first part of that. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing well and things are going well for you. Had some fun stuff to share before the game gets started, some interesting stats and information about the game itself. One of those fun facts being that in 23 games, Nathan MacKinnon and Connor McDavid have identical points. 13 goals, 20 assists, 33 points in 23 games for both of them. So that's always an interesting situation for teams to have, like, their two best players essentially be identical in a lot of ways. Always fun to kind of experience those situations and see what that's like for those players. Always an entertaining experience for anyone to really try and get to see. Comparing the two is always a fun experience, an experiment in its own right. In those 23 games, McDavid's 12-6-5. MacKinnon is 11-10-2. MacKinnon also has 10 penalty minutes, 11 even strength goals, 2 power play goals in that stretch as well, and is a +6 and is about a minute 20 seconds more average ice time overall than McDavid in those stretches. McDavid, though, -5, but has 9 even strength goals, 4 power play goals. They each have at least one game winner, 2 for McDavid, 1 for MacKinnon. But the most important stat, MacKinnon is 4-0 against McDavid in the playoffs, that coming in the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs in the Western Conference Final, leading to the opportunity for the Avalanche to be in the Stanley Cup Final against Tampa Bay, where they walked away with the cup. Looks like this one's going into overtime. Let's take a little bit that time to look at some stats in between the two teams. Edmonton, let's start with them. 31-25-8 on the season. They won their last game against Vegas 4-2. They are 4-6-0 in their last 10 games. So that's an interesting run for them. Right now, McDavid obviously leading the league in points, also leading the team in points. 35 goals, 73 assists, 108 points. Draisaitl following that up with 34 goals, 58 assists, 92 points for the two top scorers on the team. And then there's a pretty steep drop-off from there all the way down to Evan Bouchard, 18 goals, 55 assists, and 73 points. Projected lines for them tonight look like this. Top line will be Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, McDavid, and Hyman on the top line. Podkolzin, Draisaitl, and Roslovic. Savoy, Dickinson, Kapanen, Colton Dach, Szymanski, and Friedrich are your fourth liners. On the blue line, it'll be Ekholm, Bouchard, Wallman, Murphy, the most overpaid third-line defenseman ever in Darnell Nurse, and Eberson. Looks like Connor Ingram's potentially going to start in net with Tristan Jarry backing him up. Out for Edmonton is Adam Henrique, Matthias Janmark, and Curtis Lazar. Scratched player is Spencer Stastny. For the Avalanche, 43-10-8. They have won 5 in a row. They are 8-2-0 in their last 10 games. 3-2 shootout win over the Wild in their last one in a crazy game. Fun game to watch that. And that one raised the blood pressure a little bit. And also the Avs won the only meeting this season between these two teams with a 9-1 victory earlier in the year. McKinnon leading goal scorer in the NHL with 43, also had 61 assists to 104 points on the season for him so far, followed by Marty Necas with 28 goals, 48 assists, 76 points on the season, and then Brock Nelson right behind him with 53 points, 30 goals, 23 assists for the second line center. Of course, you can't walk away without talking about Cale Makar. 19 goals, 47 assists, 66 points on the year. The Avs projected lineups tonight look like this. You've got Kadri, McKinnon, and Necas on the top line. You got Roscoe, Brock, and Nuke on the second. Kelly, Waugh, and Brindley on the third. Barty, Drury, and Keevy on that fourth line. Makar, Taves, Manson, Burns, Kulak, and Malinsky, with Blackwood potentially starting in net. Maybe Wedgwood to take that out tonight for the Avs. Still LOC, Lecky, and Landy, and your scratch is Nick Blackenberg. So as we wait for this one to start, should be an interesting matchup. These two teams love to play each other. They're very, very similar in style and in stature, so I'll be very curious to see how they handle everything between the two. It's always fun to kind of watch how they balance each other out and play each other aggressively throughout the season. Both teams really just enjoy good, progressive hockey. A lot of pressure on both teams too to continue to play well. Edmonton currently sliding down the standings a little bit, despite positive play from them over the last few weeks. It's been a tough break for them in some regards, as Anaheim has just been playing significantly better. Currently in third place, 3 points back of Anaheim. Anaheim, who has a game in hand on both Vegas and Edmonton right now. And don't sleep on the Kraken, who have a chance to overtake Edmonton, currently sitting 3 points back with 2 games in hand for the Seattle Kraken. Very interesting storyline there. Kraken and the Mammoth currently sitting in the 2 playoff spots. This playoff series and season alone has been kind of an interesting dichotomy in a way. 2-on-1 there for the Blues, just missed. 3 minutes to go in overtime there in the game before. I'm going to turn the volume up on this a little bit so I can hear it just a touch. Should be a fun matchup between these two teams. Again, a lot of changes for Colorado, specifically with the deadline. And the Isles score to win it. Matty Barzal with a huge goal past Binnington, and the Islanders pick up the second point, keeping their third place position alive in the Metro. Huge goal for them, as the Blues, though they pick up a point, still sitting well out of a playoff spot right now, about 8. It looks like 8 points back of the Kraken. They got to get through the Kings, the Sharks, the Preds, and the Jets. Not looking great for the Blues right now. Around the league, as we take a look, right now the Dallas Stars lead the Vegas Golden Knights 2-1 with 13:29 left in the third period. Jamie Benn and Oscar back scoring for the Stars. Jack Eichel picking up the goal for the Golden Knights. The Wild currently lead the Mammoth 3-0. Bobby Brink picking up his first goal with his new side. Matt Boldy and Kirill Kaprizov getting the other 2. That one's still early in the third. In the second intermission, it is the Ducks 3, the Jets 1, and the Ducks continuing to just be a problem. In the first period, just starting out right now, the Kraken taking on the Predators. We also have the Avalanche and the Oilers coming up here shortly. That's what this broadcast is all about. Games that are already done, the Bruins take down the Kings in OT 2-1. Goal scored by Charlie McAvoy 39 seconds into the extra period and take out the Kings. They outshot the Kings 23-15. the Buffalo Sabres continue their incredible run of hockey as of late as they take down the Sharks 6-3 and continue their push to be the best team in the East. The Maple Leafs fall to the Canadiens 3-1. Only goal for the Maple Leafs was scored by William Nylander. You got Jake Evans, Oliver Kapanen, and Philip Deneau scoring for the Canadiens. Blue Jackets take down the Lightning 5-2 in a very, very important game for the Blue Jackets. Lightning chasing the Sabres. Who would have thought that would be a thing? The Panthers taking an upset win in regulation as they beat the Red Wings by a score of 4-3. Connor Verhaeghe scoring the game winner at 19:45 from Matthew Tkachuk and Sam Bennett. The Rangers blank the Flames 4-0. Rangers outshooting the Flames 29-21. Lafreniere, Sheary, Lafreniere with a hat trick. Actually, a big night for him. Great game for the Rangers and a nice win for them. In a shootout, the Penguins fall to the Hurricanes 5-4 in a heartbreaking loss. Jackson Blake gets the shootout winner. Rust tied it up at 19-24. Take that game into overtime, get the Penguins a point, but they walk away with the loss. And the game that we just heard about, the Islanders finish off the Blues in OT. 49 shots on goal for the Islanders, won out by Matty Barzal. The Blues took a 3-0 lead in that game. They then proceed to give up goals to J.G. Peugeot, Callum Ritchie on the power play, Bo Horvat on the power play, and Barzal gets them the win 2-11 into overtime. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, get in the chat if you're on here, and take a chance and let us know how it's going, what you see, how you feel. And we are live here. Obviously, this is going to be just me tonight doing a lot of talking, so we'll see how that goes. Got to make sure to mute myself here because I got to check some metrics and valuations here. Always fun. Welcome to the chat, Spencer Rail. Testing, 1, 2, 3. It's good to see you. As we get set for this one, should be a good game. I'm excited to see how the Avs continue to play these better teams. I don't want this one to go to a shootout, partly because it'll be like midnight if it goes to a shootout, and I'd like to see a good regulation win. I want to see a full game. I want to see a solid power play. I like the adjustments they made. Oh, my God, Tuukka Rask. Good to see him. I guess he's replacing Henrik Lundqvist maybe for tonight on the goalies for the broadcast. But no, I like the changes that they made in the last couple games, sort of shifting to a modified umbrella and a dump and chase. So you're looking at a little bit different of a shape. You have Natchez playing a little bit higher, closer to McCarr near the top of the circle, McKinnon lower in the circle, Kadri now taking that bumper spot for where Landeskog has been, and then Nelson on the other side. Spencer says in the chat, goes to shootout against the Oilers, goaltending, everyone in that room should get a slap. Correct. It shouldn't, and I especially with either Ingram or Jari in net, it should be a better opportunity for the Avalanche to really get some goals on the board tonight. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the additions do again tonight. I mean, Waugh got a goal, beautiful deflection goal in the last game. You have Kulak also contributing quite significantly, and then, of course, Nazem Kadri. While I am cold on the aspect of the trade, not the trade itself and the player Nazem Kadri, I'm excited to see 91 back in the uniform and, again, an opportunity to play well. We'll talk about that more on the podcast. We're actually going to change the schedule a little bit for you guys. One of the big parts that's going to change is we noticed there has been a lot of lag between relevancy of some of the stuff we're saying within our videos. So we are going to start releasing day after recording. Found out we don't really do a ton of editing, which is really nice. So that'll give us a much better, cleaner transition. We don't have to play some guessing games on information like the Avs power play and other situations like that. So it'll be good to see how that changes sort of our reach with some of our new audience members. We actually broke 10 subscribers today. So if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. Everything helps us build this brand. We're just three dudes from Colorado who love hockey, love history, love everything. Just love talking to each other, hanging out, and spending some quality time with our friends. So any chance you guys can get to do that would be great. Built this little score bug thanks to Score Leader. They're not a sponsor, but they are partnered with OBS, which is what I use for all of our streaming stuff. Should be a fun game tonight. I'm curious to see how we got puck drop in about 2 minutes. So that's if you want to gauge your stream period of how, like, where the game starts and where I am in terms of delay, that's great. Also, feel free to spoil in the chat. Gives me a great opportunity to know something great's coming on. It's always fun to have an opportunity to do that. And ask any questions. We're always happy to. I'm always happy to address anything. We're new to this. The Pester Line podcast is a place of friendly communication and banter. We love to chat and have a good time and just spend some time with you guys, and always love to meet our community, no matter big or how small. Again, if you missed it earlier, if you hadn't joined in time, McDavid and McKinnon have played 23 times against each other. They have identical stats. Actually, Sean gets a huge shout-out for sending this to me earlier when he found out I was doing this. 13 goals, 20 assists, 33 points in 23 games between the two of them. McDavid has a better record at 12-6-5. McKinnon is 11-10-2. Very interesting breakdown, but it's fun to see. But, of course, McKinnon has the more important distinction of 4 playoff wins to no playoff wins for Connor McDavid. That one series is the only time they've played in the playoffs, but that should be changing hopefully in the near future as we get set for puck drop here at Ball Arena. Beautiful place to go see a hockey game if you have a chance to come out to Colorado, catch an Avs game. It's a great place. Or even come catch the takeovers that the PWHL does. We have another one coming up, I think, on Friday at Ball Arena as Taylor Heasey and my Minnesota Frost come to town. Always fun to have. So we got Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, and Brian Boucher on the call, but you got Michael LeBois calling it for you guys here. I'll do my best. I'm a little rusty. I've been out of work for play-by-play in quite some time, so this should be fun. I also have a sleeping 8-month-old upstairs, so I can't be too loud. So, all right, looks like they're actually not going to start with the top lines. Sunday, perfect. Thank you, Spencer. Are you going? I would assume so. You went to the last one. So it looks like second line on second line here as Nelson wins the opening faceoff, and we are underway here at Ball Arena. Dump into the zone, quick chase down. Big hit behind the net from Ekholm. Cycled back around. Burns throws it towards the net. Nothing there. Manson trying to play it back, plays it behind the net. Moves the puck back around to Nichushkin. Back to Manson at the top of the point. Dumped down by Burns and cycles all the way around. Edmonton's going to try and dump it out, and they get it out. Nope, kept in. Nelson, pass, shot, score! The Avs are on the board. It's Ross Colton right off the books. Holy smokes. And Ross Colton, Roscoe baby, at 32 seconds. Ross Colton scores. That was a beautiful wrist shot. Unbelievable. A beautiful turnover. Great job by Colton to stay patient. Nelson breaking towards the net. Nichushkin breaking towards the net. A mistake by Podkolzin playing it back into the zone. And just great patience by Ross Colton to put it past the keep. And it's early 1-0 lead for the Avs on the first shot of the game. So a huge goal early, and that gives the Avs all the momentum early. Breaking out quick. We got a 2-on-1. Kadri sends it back to McKinnon. Deflected shot wide by Natchez, and it cycles back around. Out of the zone by Edmonton. Pushed up the top. And Natchez trying to fight it off. Good save there early for the Avs goaltender. Blackwood in net tonight. Hyman playing it back deep, looking for Murphy. Nope. bodied off by Taves, and the puck goes across. Makar dumping to the outside, and the Avs clear the zone. Dumped back in front. McKinnon with speed on the defender. Shot wide. Good job by Kadri to keep it in. Nope, slipped through Kadri and all the way out. Giving chase is Malinsky. Excuse me, Kulak. Man, numbers are hard to see right now. Touches out of the zone. Avs playing quick early. Pass across from Waugh. Shot save by the keeper. Pushed back in front. Trickling back. Picked off again in front. Brindley. Shot blocked by Murphy. Looking for the shot. Got stuck in his skates. Dumped back inside. And kept in by the Avalanche. A little deke there from the defender there. Nope. Kept in again. Shot thrown through traffic. Blocked. Regained by the Avs, still keeping it in the zone. Didn't cross the blue line. Good job by Kulak. Good patience in front. Holding him off. Puck deflected high. Malinsky trying to fight for it. Can't get through anything. Dumped in and back out by the Avs. Trickling towards the benches and dumped back in. Settled down by Blackwood. Kulak behind the net. 17:30 to go. Yeah, great thing you sat Nelson tonight. That's always unfortunate when that happens. That's the dangers of fantasy hockey. Puck played behind the net by the goalie. Sent back in front, tipped away, and the Oilers clear the zone. 2 shots for the Avs so far, none for the Oilers up to this point. Puck poked off the stick of Kiviranta, and he gets it right back. Quick reset back to Manson as he gets behind the net. 1-0 Avs, a quick goal for Ross Colton here in the first period. Good start, hot and fast for the Avs as Nelson gets his pocket picked by Bouchard. And then it's picked again, tipped down, and Draisaitl goes down, no call. Throws it across ice. Big, heavy shot, and goes behind the net. Great job by Manson and Blackwood there, clearing it out, and the puck clears the zone. Couldn't get it away from the defender. Back to Edmonton. Draisaitl dumping it back in. Oilers, 7 consecutive playoff appearances coming into this season, looking to make it 8. The longest run belongs to the Toronto Maple Leafs, which is going to end this season for them. Murphy taking it behind into Broder's office and back out. Back to Murphy, dumping it down, trying to go deep, and the Avs playing a big crawl. Ooh, spun around, nothing there. Natchez kicking it off to Makar. Makar, 3 guys on him. Still tries to take the shot. It's blocked. Reset here. Back across by Podkolzin. And sending it back around. Kept in. Excuse me, that's Nugent Hopkins. Pardon me. McKinnon at the blue line. Spins to the top of the circle. Pass below the goal line. Back in front. Shot saved by the goalie and kicked it back out. Hyman on a race with Natchez. Hyman's going to try and take it, and Natchez plays the body. Great job, Marty Natchez. What a body play there. Cleared out by Kulak, and the Avs take possession. Slips through Waugh, past Kelly, back into the Avs zone, and that'll be an icing call at 15-17. So the Avalanche continuing to do positive things. Plays here. I don't think anybody else needed to score as bad as Ross Colton did. First, he gets blown up by Eberson behind the net and then throws it past Ingram. Oh, no, it's going to be Nichushkin with the goal. Deflected by Nuke off the stick of Nurse. Unbelievable. And then a pinpoint shot from Taves. So, unfortunately, Colton's still going to get the apple, but the goal's going to go. Goal's got to go to the choo-choo train here. This puck goes back into the zone. To go off to your point there, argument has Natchez is leading the team in points coming into tonight's game. In the last 5, he has 3 goals and 7 assists. 2 of those goals being power play goals. So that's a big push for them. Great save by Blackwood, dumping it into the corner as Nurse trying to make a play deep in the Avs zone. Their first shot on goal of the period. And the puck gets cleared out by the Avs at 14.5. Ingram can't play it and goes all the way around. Picked up by Murphy. Broken stick behind the net, always creating some chaos for sure. Good forecheck by the Avs here, trying to really make Edmonton play here. Having to navigate a broken stick and throws it down across. Savoy kicking it around. Forcing down low. Savoy trying to dump it down, lost it there. Good job by the Avs to make the play again. Pushing deep, and no icing here. Tipped off the stick of Bouchard. Big hit in the corner. Puck cleared up. Avs trying to play. It looks like they're trying to just balance out the lines a little bit. Oh, and that's going to be offside. No, delayed offside as Bouchard tried to make a play on it. But Colson trying to create a little chaos behind the net as the deep forecheck here for Edmonton. Bouchard steals it away, drops it down at the red line, all the way back, and comes out. Unfortunately, Draisaitl can't hang on. And the puck goes all the way across. Touching down through, trying to fight through this. Good job by Nichushkin. Tied up, nothing. Oh, man. Be curious to see if anything comes of that. Probably not. This is going to be a game, I think, where the whistles kind of get delayed unless they are something egregious here. Oh, takeaway from Edmonton. Shot, saved by Blackwood, and he turns it away. Picked up on the backside by Kadri. Taves has it, dumps it into the zone. 12:57 to go here in the first period. Clock keeps moving. Not a lot of stoppage in play. Coming down quick. Oh, stumbles. Driving to the net. Nothing there, and a penalty coming up on the Avs. Delayed call. Drive deep. Nothing there. Kept in by Bouchard across. Touches up. Steps through the defender. Looking for something. The Avs trying to get a touch up. Can't get it. Running the blue line. Waits, holds. Looking. Attack at the top of the circle. Across again. Saved by Blackwood as Draisaitl throws it on net. But it will be an Avs penalty coming up here at 12:26. Spencer says just insanely noticeable, and that's saying something on such a stacked team. More Marty parties to be had. Agreed. Truthfully, I think Natchez has been a great addition to the team as a whole. Getting him locked up long term was a great decision by the organization. Especially when he says things like, "This is my home. This is the place I want to be." He's saying all the right things at all the right times. It'll be really nice to see. Another fun statement game in the college ranks as defending champions Western Michigan, the Broncos, getting set to take on the DU Pioneers. That game should be on ESPN, on the ESPN family of networks, which should be fun to experience and see how that goes. Good start to the Avs for the Avs here in this first period. The penalty might be a bit of a scary situation. We'll see. A little update while we have some commercial time. Ducks leading 3-1. The Jets currently on the power play at 19:06 left. The Wild add another goal, 4-0 now. As Yorov picks up his ninth goal of the season, first goal of the game. Tarasenko having a bit of a night. 2 assists for him. Quinn Hughes picks up his 58th assist. The Golden Knights still down 2-1 to the Stars. 24-15 shots in favor of the Golden Knights. Big step in the right direction for them. Hopefully the Golden Knights, I hate to say this, it makes me want to puke, but hopefully they can figure out a way to get a game tying here. It's 2:51 left in the period, so we'll see. Looks like they got Taves for a hook in the Avalanche game. Unfortunate, but you gotta. Or was it the last one? 10 power play goals for McDavid here in the on this season. Oh, they got Kulak for the last one, so Kulak on the slash. So it's Nelson in the faceoff circle with Draisaitl. And gets the win, and it's punched out by Burns. This is the number 1 power play versus the number 3 penalty kill. It's definitely not the case for the other way around in this one. The Avs still struggling to find their power play, but, it's been better since the break, which has been nice. So Kulak goes to the box for hooking. Puck played out back by Ingram. Bouchard's going to scoop it up from the office. Minute 26 to go. Puck jumped to the other side, picked up, and scores. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Tough break there. Tough power play. Nuge ties it up on the power play. That's just one of those ones you hate to see. Bouchard breaking it in, making a great play. Sean just texted me, if you guys would care. He's watching. But he agrees with me. That was a bit of a soft call. Great setup, though. Good pass across from McDavid. And great finish there from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Blackwood left on an island. And that's another assist for McDavid. It brings him up to 109 on the year. Ingram's going to dump that one around the boards. Kept in. So all the momentum the Avs picked up in that first 30 seconds seems to be dissipating now a little bit here. Shots are evening up at 4-3. Goals are 1-1. Shot saved there by Blackwood. Got to get it out of there. Rebound. Fakes the shot there. Does Murphy. Tries to dump it down low. And they cycle back around Savoy. And picked up by the Avs. Dumped out hard across. Big push off there as Waugh is going to bring it into the zone. Giving chase to Eberson. Played behind here. Murphy looking to get it out there. They move it up. Put Coles in. Spins out of the forecheck. Skating around hard through the zone and out. Push through. Yes, Sean, super soft call. Big time. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. All the way across, coming out of the zone. Dump in, chase. Slowed up by Ingram. Sent back across behind the net. Big hit, but goes to an Oilers player. That's a completely fair assessment. You don't want to take penalties against the number one power play in the league. It was a pretty. I would say that's a ginger call. That's McDavid looking for one, in my opinion. But Edmonton kind of putting the buzzsaw in here, keeping him trapped in the zone. Malinsky. That's very weird, Sean, that your feed is behind me because I'm behind the main feed. 9:50 to go here in the first period. Dump back across, all the way across. McKinnon wasn't looking for the shot there. Again, Mac needs to start looking for the shot a little bit more. I know that's hard to say for the guy who's leading the league in goals, and is probably leading the league in shot attempts as well, but he needs to shoot more. Here comes Makar with a pass in front, deflected by McDavid and pushed up and out. Here comes the push. Oh, great job. Good back check there by McKinnon, looks like. Yeah, McKinnon making the play there. Cycling back and holding off through. Between the three of us, we'll get it all figured out here. Puck turned over in the neutral zone, but not out. And Ingram set to play it again from behind. Of course, Connor Ingram, known for his time with the... oh, what a shot. Great save by Ingram again. Ingram known for his time with the Coyotes, mostly, for me at least. Picking up good check in the corner, trying to force their way out. Bardakov trapped again, kicked up back through the backside, all the way around, played by Manson. Manson down below the goal line now, looking. Good coverage, big shot, saved by Ingram again and pushed out wide. Kept alive by the Avs, kept in the zone. Nelson from the point, nothing there, blocked away. Taken off the stick there, pushed through, nothing there. Coming across. Oh, bad touch there. And forced out. Picked up by Kulak. Zone is clear. Kulak drops it. Drury shot denied and blocked high by Murphy. Kept in. Waugh trying to push it down. Can he keep it in the zone? No, forced out. Agreed. A lot of guys could benefit from a shoot-first mentality. We tend to be a happy, passy team, which is frustrating a lot of the time. Buck going in behind. Wedgwood touches up. Kulak thrown around. Kulak, former Oiler, came to the Penguins in the Jarry deal and then came to Colorado in the Girard deal. So a little bit of friendly fire here for Brett Kulak. Draisaitl throwing it in front and deflected up and out of play. 7:23 to go. They're going to take a little TV timeout, give me a chance to catch up on everything here. But yes, wholeheartedly agree. A lot of guys on this team could benefit heavily from a shoot first mentality. McKinnon probably being the biggest one for me, at least. But a 1-1 game here. That's kind of what I expected. A lot of back and forth. Unfortunately, this breaks the even numbers between the two right now for McDavid and McKinnon, as McDavid has an assist on that power play goal from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Let's see if we got any finals in on the other side. Seattle is now up on the Preds 2-0, which is nice to see. Unfortunately, Vegas could not come back. Dallas does end up winning 2-1 in that one. So just 2 games in the third period, 2 games in the first period right now. The Avs and Oilers have almost caught up to the Preds and Kraken. For the Kraken, it's Capo Caco and Marty Beniers putting pucks away for them. Yeah, Mac throws away so many good chances with blind passes to nobody. That's one of the hard parts, too. No, you can't count on Vegas for anything. One of the hardest parts, too, I think, for this Avs team is that they default to pass. They default to wanting to play a specific way. So I'd be curious to see how that kind of changes for them if they can figure out something in the near future. They're breaking down currently the goal here. So Bouchard came in hot, Nugent-Hopkins came in hot, made the pass to McDavid, and then filled in the lane that he erased with his move. Smart play. Avs could learn a thing or two from that. Trying to go with a wraparound, nothing there. Good job by Blackwood to cover the posts and the bottom of the net. As McKinnon trying to go back all the way across to Natchez, nothing there. Bouchard gets pinned up against the boards as his pairing mate carrying the puck forward in Ekholm. Oh, and Natchez looks like he's hurt. That might be a high stick. And, that's not good. He's hopefully, or a slash. Nope, I can't really tell. That looks like a bad situation. Yikes. He's coming on the bench slowly. Let's see what happened here. Oh, the puck bounced off the boards and caught him right in the beak. Had no opportunity to defend himself. He tried to block it with his stick and ended up taking it right to the face. So, tough break there for him. And then Makar also catching some friendly fire. My goodness, what a weird scenario there. Yeah, Natchez looks like he's okay. No worse for wear. Just a little tenderness in the jaw. That's never fun. 6:58 to go with face-off win for the Avalanche. Natchez 48 points on the year, as we mentioned in the pregame. Ingram playing it back from the office, dumped off and through, but not out. Deke by Makar, looking for a pass in front, gets blocked and kept out. Chance for a 2-on-1, and it's overpassed. Tipped away and pushed forward. Avs make it all the way across and out and waving off the ice, and great hustle there for the Avalanche. Amazing play forward. Puck gets picked up by Manson, kept in by Nichushkin. Nuke takes it from the circles, tries to drop it back to nobody, and it's picked off. And a good defensive play there from the Avs. Nichushkin gets it out of his own zone, trying to clear it, but can't. Picked off in the neutral zone by Edmonton. 6 minutes to go here in the first period. 1-1 in favor of nobody. Manson dumps it through off the stick of Bardakov, back across. Picked up. Bardakov streaking towards the net, and it's just off of his stick. Oh, good job by Murphy to make a little play there. And looks like it's going to be a penalty on Connor Murphy. Yes, very true. And Murphy's going to get called for the slash. Got his stick up in Bartikov's gloves. That's the right call. If you're going to call the one they called earlier, you got to call that. So we get a little reverse tie here for the power play for the Avalanche. Hopefully something positive comes here. It's kind of a big situation here for the Avalanche. Got to turn the tides back around in their favor. That was a great breakout from that fourth line. Good to see Bartikov getting a little pace, a little in behind, and forcing Murphy to make a play. One of their key penalty killers that they just added. Yes. Sean, you are 100% correct. Spencer, who is also a very big contributor to our podcast, she's feeding me information through Instagram all the time. If you haven't yet, follow us on Instagram at the Pesterline Podcast. You can also find us on X at Pesterline Pod. You can follow us here, give us a subscribe. We're up to 10 subscriptions, which is pretty sick for us. We've only been at this for about 2 months now and really starting to find our groove, and we're going to be releasing a bunch of new content here soon now that I have a little bit more of an opportunity to get some of this stuff done. So it's always fun to have that available to me now, and we'll take advantage of that when the opportunity arises. Alex will not be part of the next episode. He is currently out of the country. So it'll be just Sean and I recording sometime in the near future, and that one will be out the day after we record, which is a nice little change for us. Happy to be able to do that now. Yeah, especially when you're on your phone when you shouldn't be. It's always fun when you find those pieces of information and stuff. Always appreciate it. And, I mean, you've made some suggestions that have been part of episodes already, which has been great. So Nelson in to win the face-off, and he does, but they lose it, and they clear it out, and Avs are going to start off right away here. High pressure from Ekholm, or from Kapanen early, and that's going to be something to watch. This Edmonton special teams likes to play pressure high, and the Avs like to drop pass. Here they're entering the zone, Natchez to McKinnon. McKinnon through traffic back to Natchez. Quick touch pass. Good to see him back on the ice quickly. Natchez from the top of the circle, back to McKinnon below the line. McKinnon holds, looks. Yep, shocking. Another pass up to the top to Makar. Back to deflected, and Natchez keeps it in. They try to rebalance. Going through. Makar can keep it in. Great job by Makar reading the blue line. Pass in front. Wide shot by, I believe that is Kadri. McKinnon through. Bumper pass. Quick passing. Shot. Saved by Ingram and pushed wide. Coming back around. Natchez. 56 seconds left on the power play. 4.5 minutes to go in the period. Sends it up. Kadri looking. Shoots. Through a screen from Nelson and a save by Ingram, and that'll hold for a whistle. 4.5 to go, 47 seconds left on the power play. They took a shot. That's all we can ask for. They took a few shot opportunities. They just missed a couple high and wide. Good save on one from Ingram. Another screen from Nelson in front. Got to figure something out. Nelson back on the dot. Quick touch. Holds. Oh, you got to shoot that. Natchez walking in. Down low. McKinnon off the body. Even the blocker. Through in front. Shot. Score! And it's Marty Natchez on the power play. And the Avs are back on top 2-1. That right there is exactly what you need. That is exactly what you need. Right there. I'm going to say it again. Keep the pressure on. 4 shots on that power play. And McKinnon gets out of the blue in time. Good screen. Great job. Avalanche score. Huge goal from Marty Natchez. His fourth since the return. McKinnon with the leap of the century. And Natchez, massive goal back up for the Avs here. Right? And Spencer said it in the chat earlier, Sean, that Natchez has been the best player for the Avs since the Olympic break. He's been absolutely incredible, and it's going to count. They're gonna let it go. I'm happy. I was a little nervous there. Drury kicked out of the circle, so Kelly's going to take the face off, and Kelly's going to lose the face off to McKinnon, to McDavid. So 4:10 to go here in the first period. Huge goal. It's good to have Alan Roach back in the arena, too. I can hear him. Avalanche goal. Puck sent across, cut off, and icing. So 4 minutes to go exactly. Marty Natchez. Massive, massive power play goal. I take it back here. I'm upset with Kadri for not taking that shot initially. But Natchez getting it down low to McKinnon, forcing the chaos in front. I think, does Nelson get an assist on that? Potentially. Looks like it. Makar on the face-off, gets it over to Taves. Big shot, deflected in front, thrown on net, deflected again. Picked off by Bardakov. Kept in by Drury, pushed down low, unassisted. Okay. Makar on the top of the circle. What a deke. Good pass back across. Shot from a wide spot. Another fat rebound. And almost out, but not quite. Now okay, into the zone. Push back. Whistle blown. Offside. Good job by Taves to drive him offside. I think it looked like he might have gotten the touch. It depends on who they give that touch to. That's part of it. I'm going to give Taves props right there. Taves does the veteran move. Gets tied up with McDavid and forces him offside. I hate it because that should be illegal. But you know what? If it happens, it happens. I think that's one of those ones that I've never really appreciated because it usually happens to us more often than not. A little battle over on the other side. All the way across. Trickles past McKinnon. Can't quite get there. Fighting Nurse. Oh, excuse me. That's Colton. Fighting Nurse. I always forget Ross Colton can fly, man. That dude can skate like crazy. Dumped in low, going for the dump and chase. Picked up by Malinsky behind the net. Quick release. Dumps it across. Oh, fight. And it's Frederick going against Waugh. And Frederick kind of won that fight, but what in the world happened there? That was a pretty mid fight. And that's going to be 5 minutes for each. They're just going to head to the locker room because we are under 5 minutes here in the first period. I wonder what Waugh did to make Frederick go off. Probably nothing because, Frederick's got a short fuse in the first place. Yeah, nothing burger. Nothing burger at all. It's just Frederick going, we want to dance? Let's dance. That's 100% Trevor Frederick being that guy, just being a muck guy, similar to the, his Bruin blood. Waugh couldn't get his other glove off, if that tells you anything. So that should be fun. 2:55 to go here in the first period. And yes, Taves is a perfect compliment to Makar. I'm not that delayed on seeing that. I just first real opportunity to settle down here. Shots are 10-5 here in the first period. Another face-off win for the Avalanche. Comes out of the pile, nothing there. Turns up, bumped down, played by Blackwood behind the net. Picked up in the corner. Sent back around and pushed up the boards. Kept in by Murphy. Manson has it. Sends it all the way around and out of the zone. Good job to clear the zone. 2.5 to go. Puck bounces over the top of the forward and out. Nate just giving chase. Playing it across. Tried to take it away as Kadri. Mucking it up in the corner with what he does best. Playing his top-tier game. McKinnon sending it back around. Across. Quick little touch pass. Through traffic. Oh, tipped wide. And nothing there. 2 minutes to go. 12 shots now for the Avs. as they reset behind the net. Wallman looking for something. Here's where the Boo Birds come out because he's in the office for a little too long. Sent across, down low, below the blind. Tried to throw it in front. Great job by Taves to get in front of that. Forcing them outside again. Trapped behind the net. Makar. Great help from Nelson coming in deep. It's going to be offside. Tough break there. Looked like Nuke was just a touch early. A minute 30 to go. Nelson was looking for the pass, but I think Nuke was waiting for it to come a little bit sooner. Look at this little bumper pass, though. Natchez back to Makar. Gave Makar a little chance there. Got around Nugent-Hopkins. And Ingram just got enough body on it. Playing the post tight. Kadri trying to get the deflection. Mask save there from Ingram. I bet this game was a little too late for our lovely super fan behind the bench, the earmuffed child who was as angry as Bednar was a few games back before the break. Shot through traffic, takes down by his own player there, pushed through and out of the zone. Avs try to dump it back. Bouchard keeping it in. Lost off the puck, spun off the puck. Great save by Blackwood. He'll hold as the puck goes high and behind. A lot of stoppages here. Talking to Brian Bouchard between the benches now. He's no Riker, but he'll do. First intermission for the Kraken, up 2-0. 4:07 left in the third period as the Ducks up 3-1 on the Jets. They're currently playing 4-on-4 hockey at the moment. The legend of the Angry Baby will live on as long as those people have season tickets right behind the bench. And I think Luca Celebre from Bar Down has the other seats on the other side. Shot goes off the side of the net, played up and poked away, but not out. And corralled here by McKinnon to Kadri. Kadri holding, waiting, pitches it off the boards, pitchforked back in. And puck gets dropped down low. Natchez trying to play the forecheck. Kadri on the forecheck. Murphy gets it out. Sends it to his D pairing. Sends it across. Dumped in by Savoy. Picked up by the Avs. 28 seconds left in the period. Puck goes in front. Score. Bad turnover and a goal for Edmonton. And it's 2-2. Those ones are the worst kind, too. Those goals right before the end of the period, as it's Jack Roslovic. That one's one of those ones. Defense got caught in a bad position. Burns and Manson both on the same side. McKinnon, there's no chance he's coming back for that. That one right there, a ugly, ugly play. Turnover in your own zone. Weird. Another turnover in your own zone for the Avalanche, leading to problematic situations. 24.8 left on the clock. His 17th of the season for Jack Roslovic. Face-off won by the Avs and Nelson. Tipped down low. 18 seconds left. Pushed back across. Roscoe trying to play it up. Does. Taves back down low. Kept alive by Edmonton. Pushed in a little low. Held out, and they're going to just kill off the period here. And we are at the first intermission with the score tied at 2. Avs out shooting them 12-7. And the Avalanche just giving up a late goal. This tough break. So your goals in that first period, Ross Colton at 32 seconds from Brock Nelson. Power play goal for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins from Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard at 8:13. Marty Natchez on the power play from Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar at 15:41. And then Jack Roslovic from Leon Draisaitl at 19:35. That'll take us into the intermission. I'm going to take a quick break to rest my voice. Sean says, man, you want to see Blackie get that one, but damn, that's got to get out of the zone. 110%. You don't leave a dude on the doorstep like that. It's just not what you want to see. But we'll be right back in a few minutes. I'll have a little bit more for you, but I just need to take a second rest. This is the most talking I've done in probably 2 years. And we're back here. Quick return. Quick breakdown of the period for the Avalanche and Oilers. Both teams scoring 2 goals. 2 goals on 12 shots for the Avalanche. They did take a shot away from Edmonton on the official score sheet, so it's 6 shots for Edmonton. Avs currently winning the faceoffs, 68 to 31%. Both teams 1 for 1 on the power play. Both teams 7 minutes on the power play, penalty minutes. 12 hits for Edmonton to 5 for Colorado. 7 block shots to 3 for Edmonton as well. Both teams with 3 giveaways. Colorado with 4 takeaways, 1 takeaway for Edmonton. Doesn't feel that way in certain situations, but just kind of the unfortunate situation as it stands in that regard for Colorado. Looks like the Ducks are going to hold on to win. Minute 14 left in that one, up 3-1. Let's see. What did you send me? This is scary. I always feel weird when I get sent posts. Nice. Yeah, that's always fun. This game has been interesting so far. I will say that. I've enjoyed what we've done, but this is another one of those ones where we cannot let ourselves get caught in those awkward situations where we're getting ourselves trapped in our own zone again, spun around like a top, unable to really do much in way of, excuse me, doing a lot of the damage was done to ourselves. Both of their goals off a bad rotation on a power play, and a bad situation all around for that. Colorado has improved though. Their power play is no longer last, according to the graphic that's on the screen right now. They are 31st. So 31st out of 32. Hey, that's an improvement, right? Right? You gotta look at the little things, the positives. But we gotta take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to us, and we've done that twice tonight already. As they're showing the power play goal. Exactly, progress. In other sports news today, NFL free agency is continuing. A lot of big positives coming out of other teams that are not the Denver Broncos right now. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Shout out to our boy Dylan, who's a Panthers fan, making two big defensive signings, picking up Jalen Phillips and Devin Lloyd. I really wanted Devin Lloyd in Denver. That's a good one. And then in other sports, in the Champions League in soccer. Sorry, I have to put soccer in everything. We're seeing the English teams not playing very well through the first set of days. Galatasaray beat Liverpool 1-0. Tottenham tried to play a backup goalie and gave up 3 goals in 16 minutes. He then got pulled, and they lose 5-2. Newcastle did draw today with Barcelona 1-1. My team, Arsenal, plays Bayer Leverkusen tomorrow. Man City also plays tomorrow as well, as they have a tough draw. I was trying to be nice, but Spencer, if I may call it out, is a lifelong diehard Raiders fan. Sean being a Cowboys fan. The Cowboys get Rashad Gary from the Packers in a trade. And Max Crosby gets traded back to the Raiders by default, actually. The Raiders get to manage every expectation. Doesn't seem like they're going to lose any of the signings that they have. But he apparently failed his physical. So the trade to the Ravens is now null and void. And the Raiders now have 900 pass rushers on their roster, which is always fun. He might be coming back. He's off right now, I think. Just looking at the number of people in this chat, because I'm technically number 2 with my my personal account here. But if you are here, throw a like on the stream. Make sure that we can get those likes up, get the hype up. It'd be nice to have share it with your friends, pass it along, send it to whoever. If you've got hockey people who would want to watch it, we're always happy to have more people available, ready to watch and spend some time. Yeah, always a fun situation to have these. We're going to be planning on doing more of these throughout the season, as well as potentially try to get every playoff game if we can. Just depends on schedules and timing, and if we have the ability to. That would be really fun for us, especially if we get into the later rounds and it's no longer Mark Mosier and Riker. We can listen to Connor on the radio, which is awesome. Shout out to the guys at Altitude. They're a fantastic group. Always been great to me. Had an opportunity to work with those guys for a while back in the day. And so, my passion for the game comes from years of experience, but also from the guys who call it themselves. So always a pleasure to have those guys be the voice of the arguably currently the best team in the NHL. And proud to have shared some airways with those guys. So always a pleasure. Just a quick recap of the games that have occurred and games that are currently going on. Currently going on, the second period has just started in Seattle as the Kraken lead the Predators 2-0. Again, Matty Beniers from Jared McCann and Vince Dunn, and Capo Caco from Shane Wright, who picked up his 13th assist of the season. That goal at 2:14, and the Beniers goal at 9:46. In other news, the Kings fall to the Bruins 2-1 in overtime. Game winner from Charlie McAvoy 39 seconds into the extra period. That one assisted by Pasternak and Kasterlik. Sharks lose to the Red Hot Sabres. Jack Quinn, Alex Tuck, Beck Mellenstein, Jason Zucker. Quinn got a second one, and Quinn actually gets the hat trick as well for the Sabres in a 6-3 win. Macklin Celebrini also adding a goal, his 33rd of the year from Will Smith. And Kiefer Sherwood, fresh off his 5-year extension, picks up his 20th of the season. The Maple Leafs fall to the Canadiens 3-1. That one, it was all done and dusted pretty early on. Unfortunately for the Maple Leafs, they continue to play poor hockey. I mean, truly, it's not really that sad, but, you know. The Blue Jackets defeat the Lightning 5-2. The Blue Jackets outshooting the Lightning 31-18. Unbelievable push there. The Red Wings fall to the Panthers 4-3. Connor Verhaeghe with the game winner at 19:45 from Kachuk and Bennett, his 19th of the year. Lafreniere picks up a hat trick as the Rangers beat the Flames 4-0 in that one. And here's actually some highlights as the Ducks now go up 4-1, or win that game 4-1. Jackson Lacombe with a goal, as they're showing that one on the screen here. The Penguins lose 5-4 in a shootout to the Hurricanes. The Brendan Rust tied it up at 19:24 from Raquel and Carlson, but it was Jackson Blake who finishes it off in the shootout. He gets credited for the shootout winner. The Islanders win in OT off a Matty Barzal goal. The Blues led this game by a score of 3-0 and then get outshot 49-23. Barzal scores late, 2:11 into the extra period, assisted by Braden Shen and Tony DeAngelo. Stars get the win against the Golden Knights. Golden Knights took the lead early with a goal in the second period from Jack Eichel, but then Oscar Beck scores to make it 1-1 at 10:41, and then in the second period, 14-16 in, Jamie Benn with a power play goal from Wyatt Johnston and Matt Duchene. The Wild all over the Mammoth, unfortunately, as they win 5-0. 5 different goal scorers in this one. Bobby Brink picking up his first goal as a member of the Minnesota Wild in that one. And then, as mentioned before, the Ducks beat the Jets 4-1. The Jets led that game 1-0, and then the Ducks proceeded to put 4 past them. Lacombe with the empty netter to ice it away from Jacob Trouba, his 8th of the season. As the standings sit right now in the NHL, Buffalo now holding a 4-point lead over Tampa Bay with 2 games in hand for Tampa, so that could be easily erased for them. But right now, it's Buffalo's division to take, currently leading the Atlantic. In the Metro, it is Carolina leading that one by a pretty substantial margin of 9 points. The Red Wings and Bruins currently your wild card spots in those regards. In the West, it's the Avs, the Stars, and the Wild all battling for first place. The Avs actually have games in hand on Dallas and the Wild right now, which is pretty impressive to say the least. Yes, the Sabres turnaround is impressive. That's one of those stories I want to tell and find out more about. They get rid of Kevin Adams and bring in Jarmo Kekalainen, and everything's been different since. The roster's the same. The roster's still the one that Adams built. But that's one of those situations where it just seems to be, a situation of where, the GM bump, as Steve Dangle put it a couple games ago, that it's interesting to see. The Pacific is such a strange story right now. So the Ducks lead the division by 3 with a game in hand over Vegas and Edmonton. And then in the respective wildcard positions, you have the Utah Mammoth, who have played more games than all the teams in front of them, but have enough points to kind of balance things out. Seattle currently at 67 points, Utah at 73. Utah with a plus 22 goal differential, which is incredible. Another thing, Anaheim has a minus 7 goal differential, and they're currently in first place in the Pacific. That is another incredible story to behold. Sorry, I'm checking on family stuff right now. I have a child who's crying upstairs. Just making sure I don't need to vacate my post and help if possible. Gotta love the 8-month sleep regression for all you parents out there. Also, the daylight savings shift is ruining lives left and right. As we get set here for the second period to start, big push for the Avs here, going the long change way. Honestly, I wish Waterloo would sponsor me. It would make it so much easier. It's so much cheaper. But buy them at Costco, and it's even cheaper. So McDavid with an incredible first period, according to TNT. I wouldn't disagree. He played well, but not enough for me to give him a trophy right now. Respect, Spencer. I feel like it messed with me a little bit, but I also just like to getting a little extra sleep in the morning. But I don't sleep in general very well, so that's part of the joy. Correct. 4 out of the last 5 games. I'm going back to a previous comment. Power play goals in 4 of the last 5 games. It's been an impressive little run here for them. Back to that second line rotation again for both sides. Sorry, I'm wrong. Oh no. The lights are still going off for some reason, but that's not a goal, so we're good there. Gonna change my score bug here. Second period. Puck kind of just bouncing there. Draisaitl has it deflected by Nichushkin. Avs going with their second unit. Ooh, Burns continuing to have a rough game. Avs continuing to go with their second unit as their top unit for this one in this game. Kind of playing around with, I think, opportunities and rotations. Nurse out there now. Puck's going to slip through, down, and picked up by Burns. Dump down, touch by Nichushkin, slip pass, Draisaitl throwing it up. Here comes drive and deflected wide. 86-mile-an-hour shot there. Puck trickles away. Dumping back down. Manson trying to get in front of it, can't. Nelson playing a little deep. Bouchard picked off by Burns. There's a nice play by Burnsy. Come back and make one play here and there. Probably Spencer, just because I feel like even with these rough stretch of games, he's just kind of got to get back into his groove. Puck play to Natchez. Spins back from the top of the circle. Coming across. Sets. Looks. Shot. Wide. And trickles all the way out of the zone. Picked up by Natchez. And they reset. Dump it back across off the stick of Taves. Dumps it in. Nate just giving chase as it's spun back and out of play, or out of the zone, slow roll, and that's going to be an icing call here early. I mean, potentially Spencer, but I think they didn't call icing there. I guess it slowed up enough that they waved it off. My bad. Probably I wouldn't be surprised if we see him for Kulak or somebody else, just kind of in a rotational piece. He was brought in to be the 7th D, so that's going to be him getting some minutes here. He knew that too coming in, so I think that's an important distinction, knowing that that's his role. Kept in. Malinsky, the deceptive wrister, blocked in front. Malinsky with one of the best wrist shots in hockey, I would say. Pushing it back. Malinsky keeping it in. He's deep. Sends it down in front. Brinley trying to make the pass and couldn't get through. Kulak dumped in front. Puck lost. Big check off. Kept away. Also, if I'm not mistaken, he's a right shot defenseman too, so that would off-balance the lines a little bit if they took Burns off for him. Puck across. Battling in. Kiviranta centering. Good setup by Nelson. Drop down in front. Just missed wide. Puck bouncing around behind the net. Great play by Nelson there. And kept in by Manson. Down below the dot. Pushes it back up to the top. Across to Burns. Burns looks, waits, shoots. Through traffic. Deflected wide. Kicked back out. Shot blocked and kicked down, but kept in by Burns. Great job to keep it alive. Burns dropping it back to Nelson. Nelson out there with Waugh in the box for the fighting penalty. Puck gets past the outstretched stick there, and that'll be an icing call. Hyman exhausted, stuck out there right now. Excuse me, Wallman, 96. He's currently been out there for almost 2 minutes. Welcome anybody who's joining and leaving. It's always fun to have people come in. I'm wondering if Sean had to go somewhere and if he'll be back. No shot, or one shot so far just for Edmonton in this period. 16:38 to go here as Kadri in the face-off circle against Savoy. And Kadri wins the face-off back, sends it across Makar through traffic, deflected and out. Bodies everywhere. Oh, and Kadri getting blasted right now. He got thrown into the net. But it looks like Ingram's no worse for wear. Resetting through traffic. Oh, almost got it across. Looked for a seam pass. Nate just loses it. Nope. Yeah, loses it. Puck carried out. Here he comes. Draisaitl picked off the stick. Oh, what a shot. Nice job by Makar and Blackwood. Kicked up to McKinnon, who settles it down, sends it over to Taves. Taves carrying it into the zone through the center. Drops it back. Quick reset here. Thrown across. Missed McKinnon. Pushed it towards the net and around. Kept in and out. Here comes Nugent Hopkins. Puck gets across in front. Tried to center it back. Gets it to Nurse. Through traffic. Shot. Score. And it's Nugent Hopkins again. So the pass gets through. Perfect pass and shot. And Edmonton takes the 3-2 lead. Hyman sent that across. He's still in the blue. I mean, I've seen less called goaltender interference before. It's not going to be called because they cleared the zone in time, but that's one of those situations that's just tough to take on the chin, and that's a brutal one right there. Puck gets turned over in the offensive zone again. Shot saved by Blackwood there. Kicked away, and Edmonton just kind of pinning him in the zone as Nichushkin takes it away. Avs clear the zone, looking up ice, trying to find Waugh, and can't. Waugh trying to make a good play on Nurse as he dumps it by, and Frederick has a big hit by Colton to keep it in the zone. Waugh goes down. Colton cut down, no call. Puck goes across the ice, carried in. Malinsky on the cutoff. Yeah, that one was rough. I just you can't give up goals like that in any situation. it's they're overplaying to the opposite side. It's been an issue all game long as Blackwood makes the save and they hold. The challenge right now for the Avalanche seems to be just not great opportunities. I would argue that Nugent Hopkins is in there, and that's goaltender interference. That's me, but I mean, he gives him enough time to reset, but that I would have challenged that. I've seen less called personally, but what can I say? I'm biased. We get those calls against us every fucking game, so that's a tough one to take. Another face-off win for the Avs. Dumped up and over the top, cleared back. Got to get it back in the zone. Battling forward is Kiviranta, and puck's going to get dumped down low, picked up by Burns. Played it around, and the Avs cleared out. Yeah, but again, it is a coin flip. You've seen it called both ways, which is why I think it's good that they didn't challenge it, but still, that's one of those situations where if you have to, it's early enough that you can get away with not taking that call. Roslovic complaining about a high stick. Maybe it was a follow-through. Maybe it was when he tackled the guy, but who knows? It's just one of those frustrating situations. Here comes Natchez flying in the zone. Why are you trying to pass that? Ooh, and he crashes into the boards hard as he catches an edge. Kulak forcing him deep around the boards. Puck gets centered in front. Wide. A good job by Blackwood to force that one wide. Coming up here's Natchez again, trying to push the puck off. He's getting bodied. And it's turned over in the zone again. Kulak forcing the puck off the stick of the forward, kept in by Kadri. Dumps over the top and gets it out of the zone. McKinnon throwing it up. Kulak in the zone giving chase. And it's numbers now for Draisaitl. Dumps it back to McDavid. Or excuse me, not McDavid, to Podkolzin. Punched off the puck. Dropped back behind. Bouchard's wrist shot blocked in front. Couldn't get it out as they keep it in by Ekholm. Spins it back around. Kulak giving chase. Dumped back behind. Cut off by Nelson. Great play. Avs could have numbers if they push. Makar pulls up at the blue line. Waits. Looks. Holds. Sits back. Waits. Finds Nichushkin. Back to Makar. Throw it in off the leg again. Throw back across. And it's off through the stick of Taves. Back to Nichushkin through traffic. And it's knocked down. That's a trip. That's a trip on the goalie. What the hell? Puck goes back in front. Shot and denied by... What a save on Hyman by Blackwood. Holy shit. Absolutely incredible save here by Blackwood. Oh, actually, nope. Hyman just threw it over the top. I take it back. Oh, man, we got fire wagon hockey here in the second period all over the place. Agreed, Spencer. I'm kind of curious where the whistles have gone. They've called 2 extremely soft penalties and then have called fuck all in the second period. But what can you do? So Edmonton takes the lead 3-2 here in the period. Oh yeah, Blackwood's been hung out to dry all fucking night. It's been a masterclass in how not to play defense for one of the best defensive teams in the league. It's been a little too much all over the place situation for them. Thanks to the 4 people who've liked this live stream. If you guys want to jump back in at any time, let us know. Throw out another post here on Instagram here shortly to get some more people to come. If you have anybody who wants to hang out with us on game nights sometimes and give a chance to have some conversation, it'd be fun to have you. We always love having new faces around here. Just watching this highlight here of what happened there. It looks like they just got caught in a bad situation. And I mean, Blackwood got there in time. I'm giving Blackwood credit for making an opportunity on it there. But yeah, you can't leave him out to dry like he's been all night tonight. It's been a tough one all around for both teams, or excuse me, for Blackwood. With all the pairings tonight, it seems like. Manson trying to fight that one off from his knees. Thrown up off the stick of Natchez. Natchez going to carry it in himself. Takes the shot and is wide. Shots have been adjusted again. That's why I'm glad I have these plus-minus buttons on here. Shot goes in front, denied. Puck trickles past. Oh, Kadri spinning it back to Burns. To Manson. Throws it back around the circle. The Oilers are doing a great job keeping the Avs to the outside. That's been a big part of it. Pass across, drop back. Bouchard sends it back in to the blue line. Back to Nurse. Nurse carrying it in, going for the backhand try, blocked by Natchez. And up and out, but not too far. So change may be partial here. Coming through is McDavid, throws it off and deflected. Avs have a chance to hit numbers. Oh, no, they put 3 back. Of course they did. And Nurse with a little bump on Drury. Trying to throw it in front, though. Cut off by Bouchard. Again, no call. Man, either he blew a tire on his own and pushed down as Malinsky deep through, coming across and picked up. Dumped to nobody again. Pushed back. And corralled by Malinsky, reset here with 10.5 to go in the second period. Off the stick, and again, too hot. Pass a little too hard to handle. Holding. Pass gets out of the zone. I think he was expecting a player to make, Wallman to make the touch through. Oh, what a pass. Deke through shot. Save by Blackwood. Glove save by Blackwood, and he holds the door shut on Podkolzin. That drop pass by Roslovic was nasty. But a great save there from Blackwood. That's what I meant. Not a lot of this falls on Blackwood. Hope for a save or two here and there. Yeah, definitely. But he's definitely, it's not been on him. He's been hung out to dry a lot tonight. It's a lot more on the, unfortunately, on the guys on the blue line who are normally better than this, and that's the frustrating part. Face-off one again for the Avs. Scoring chances this period 4-0. Oh, cut down. Oh, puck bouncing all over the ice. Good job by the D to back check that one. Keep it clean. Batted down by Murphy. Cut off, though. Stolen by the Avs in the offensive zone. Physicality up big time here in the second period. Bodied up off the puck. Kept in the neutral zone. Pushed away by Kulak. Brindley looking for... Why was he looking for a pass there? Oh, and a big collision. Middle of the ice. That's Parker Kelly getting sandwiched between Darnell Nurse and another Oiler there. Tough break there. Nelson trying to make a play there. Gets tripped up. Kept in... slipped through the stick of Taves. And a tough break there. They got opportunities to McDavid, and he pushes it wide. Man, Taves needs to figure out how to get his stick to work because that's definitely not been the case tonight. My goodness, that's the third or fourth puck that's just slipped through his stick and down. McDavid completely missing the net, though, on a good breakaway opportunity. Nugent Hopkins playing a phenomenal game so far for Edmonton. Cannot deny that, but you cannot be putting yourselves in these positions. Hyman finding it and rolled on him. Okay. McDavid, very uncharacteristic, pushed it wide as he was carrying wide. Looked like maybe Blackwood might have gotten the handle of the paddle on that one. 4 shots for Draisaitl on the night so far. Avs getting massively outshot in this second period. It's pretty much been all Edmonton. It also hasn't really been a very clean period for either side, truthfully. Edmonton's just had the more of the puck, better opportunities. Here comes the Avs. Here comes Colton through the zone, pulling up. They got to stop pulling up at the fucking dot and just brush the fucking net. Puck trickles down in front, carried away, nothing there. Burns pushing it up. Yeah, first meeting was a 9-1 shellacking by the Avalanche, but that was pre-trade where they still had Skinner in net. Kadri playing it off a body, keeping it alive, throwing it towards Ingram. That counts as a shot. Puck slips through the defense. Good pressure here from McKinnon on the back check, or on the forecheck, excuse me. Puck trickles in front, touch to Natchez, puts it down. McKinnon couldn't settle the puck down, goes across. Kadri, shot, save on the shoulder by Ingram. Kept in the zone, the most sustained pressure from the Avalanche this period. It's been nice to see Kadri going in for a little chip there. Nugent-Hopkins plays it up to McDavid. McDavid's going to dump it down as Ekholm going up, playing a minute 30 there on a long shift. Makar sending it up, corralled and dumped in. McKinnon looking to get there. Ingram pushing it to Wallman, comes in behind the net. Quick reset as they fly out here. Puck is deflected, try to keep it in. Corralled by the Avs and pushed back into the neutral zone. Good defensive play there. Hey, rare moments. Coming across here, trying to make a play. Drury pushing it up the ice. Off the stick of Bardakov and out. Puck bounces off the boards. Tied up. Bardakov's got it. Bardakov 1-on-3. Has it poked away. Trying to draw something there. Couldn't do it. Frederick, nice play. A little fourth line action there. Puck's going to roll down. And an icing call. Good job by Kiwi Ranta. The fourth line's been noticeable tonight for sure. Did they make a blender? Is that what you're telling me, Spencer? They're going Kulak, Makar, Manson, Taves, Burns, Malinsky? Shots. Avs finally getting one of their shots here in the period. It's been a tough one tonight for them, for sure, in this second period. Just 3 shots on goal. Let me guess, Kadri. Oh, nope, Kadri didn't get kicked out of the circle. Blender is in full effect, that is for sure. Puck carrying it around, Bouchard. Sending it over to Wallman, chased by Kadri. Trying to force a bad play here, can't. Puck carried in. Ooh, that might have been offside, close. Puck turned over again. Carried through. Sounds like Ross Colton is not on the bench. Thanks, Spencer. McKinnon loses the puck there. Taves and Makar back together. Might have just been a weird shift situation. Oh, McKinnon just playing physical now, trying to make some plays, creating something, can't do it. Puck down the ice. Podkolzin getting bodied. It's Taves fighting off Savoy there. And going to clear the zone. Yes, they are. Good work there, going deep. Glove down by Blackwood with 5:54 to go here in the second period. Carr's been on the ice for 2 full minutes. And they're going to call icing as he misses the target. And Makar's going to have to stay out there for a little bit longer. Bit of a frustrating period here. Waugh against Draisaitl, who has a warning. And puck is won by the Avs. Another face-off win, but doesn't come out just yet. Tried to push it through. Almost did. Good job by Edmonton to keep it in front. Brindley holding. Wait. What's the whistle for here? Probably puck out of play. So Nugent Hopkins with his second of the night, and the Avalanche trail 3-2 as we head to another commercial break here. Check on the other scores. Oh, my goodness. The Predators have scored 3 goals in the time that we've been away. Ryan Ufko scores his first career NHL goal. Reed Schaefer with his 5th. And Tyson Jost, a former Av, with his 4th of the season as the Predators take a 3-2 lead in the second period. There, 4:53 to go in that one. In this period, the Avs have been outshot 7-3. That's not a pretty sight to see, that's for sure. No penalties so far in this period, but that's got to be something to change potentially if the whistles would stop being eaten by the refs. But what can you do, right? For the Avs right now, surprisingly, Kiviranta and Natchez currently leading the team in shots. I think that's probably at period. I'll have to check that one in a little bit. This doesn't look like there's enough shots here for the Avalanche. Actually, Malinsky has 3 shots as of right now. Also has 2 blocks, which is great to see. Colton coming into this 1 goal on 1 shot, 2 hits. So we'll see how that goes. Nelson currently 77% from the faceoff dot. Drury and Kelly both perfect up to this point. McKinnon the only one under 66% in the faceoff circle right now for the Avalanche. That Paul Coffey one's going to be hard to catch. 17 straight games with an assist. Paul Coffey, by the way, one of the greatest defensemen to ever play, and he played for arguably 2 of the most hated teams for me growing up as he played on those Red Wings teams at the tail end of his career. He also scored on himself in one of the biggest games in Red Wings history, so I'll always remember him for that. 5.5 minutes to go. Avs have the puck in their offensive zone here, trying to figure something out, and they draw a penalty, and unless it's going to be on Kiviranta. Nelson's getting called for a penalty for what? For holding the stick? Okay, and then... Oh, gee, many Christmas. Another... Really? 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 That's trash, man. That's a terrible fucking call. Absolutely. I agree with Luca looking behind our guy Bednar here. Ekholm needs to get an embellishment penalty. That's horse shit. He was classless in Nashville, too. What a piece of shit. Sorry, I don't normally get this heated about this kind of stuff on streams, but that's a trash call if I've ever seen one. So Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins, carried it in, and kept in by Bouchard. Back to the left. Cycle back to Bouchard, back to Nugent Hopkins. In front to the dot, trying to spin it in as Draisaitl, and they dump it out. Good job for the Avs here right away. So Bouchard now picking it up with 1:33 to go on the power play. Welcome those of you who are joining us now. It's 3-2 Edmonton. They are currently on the power play, holding the stick on Brock Nelson. Ekholm sold the shit out of that, and it's an unfortunate situation here for the Avs. And bounces it through, slips past everybody, and it's a breakaway. Moving down the ice. Here he goes. Shot, save, rebound, save. Nothing there. Oh, and then they get it right there. Another holding the stick. No call. Are you fucking kidding me? Leads to an odd man rush for Edmonton. Nichushkin had his stick held. And now he's going to get another chance. Here comes Parker Kelly with the shot blocked. How do you not call that? Behind the play, identical situation. That's fucking horseshit. Tried to make the pass across, gets blocked, kept in. Coming through, Taves with the shot, and save behind the net. The Avs, all pressure here on this power play for Edmonton. 28 seconds left on it, and a great job, but how do you not call that behind the play? Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Puck cycling back behind, pushed through by Kulak, off the glass, and out. A huge, huge opportunity here. And that's going to be offside. It came in before he had possession, put Coles in again. But I cannot believe you don't make that call behind the play. I want to see what happened. If they show it, I want to see why they didn't call it. So here comes Kelly. Oh, they're not going to show the other one, are they? That one's blocked. Yeah, they're not going to show. Okay, here's Nichushkin. Coming through, makes for the shot, goes for the rebound, doesn't get there. Comes across. Bouchard. Oh, they don't. Of course, they're not going to fucking show it. Of course, they're not going to show it because why would they? That's absolutely asinine. I mean, I get it. It's a tough call to make, but you called the soft one on Nelson. You don't call that one. But the Avs get the kill. Big kill on that one. Running to the linesman. Here comes Waugh pushing it forward. Kept on the stick. Oh, great job by the Edmonton defender there. But that kill is massive. 1 for 2 on the night for Edmonton now. Malinsky sending it around. Grabbed by Waugh. Quick touch pass. Here comes Nelson out of the box. Drop pass. Shot. Through traffic blocked. Nelson trying to keep it in the zone. Pushed through and around. Big hit by Kadri trying to force something to happen. Pins it off the boards. Pushes it in behind the net. Here comes Natchez. Natchez waits, holds, spins out of a hit, and loses the puck. And it's going to be pushed up and out of the zone. 2:40 to go here in the second period. Puck cycling back through. Picked up by Kadri. Down by Natchez behind the net. Trapped low. Cycles up high through traffic. Blocked. Back to Makar from McKinnon. Makar. Back to McKinnon. Shot blocked in front. A lot of bodies there for McKinnon to try and take a one-timer. But, hey, I mean, you know, we want him to shoot. Understand sometimes it's going to be weird. Puck carried up through. Pushed out wide. Shot saved by Blackwood. Blown a tire there. Puck gets lost behind and kept in. Weird bounce. Kept by Makar and corralled by Nelson. Coming up through the zone is Nichushkin. Nichushkin going a little bit deeper. I like when they get a little bit deeper. Shot. Save. Rebound. Kept out by Ingram. Corralled by Bardakov. Pushed through. Trip. They have to. Thank you. They finally. Nelson gets cut down by Bouchard. There's no way you could say that wasn't a trip. You see it clear as day. Excuse me, that's Murphy, not Bouchard. Avs need to capitalize here. Massive, massive opportunity. Great job by Bardakov. Oh, can't believe he kind of fat chipped that one. And then right here, bodied up, stick of Murphy. Yeah, can opener. There's nothing you can do. How can you complain about that? Nothing you can do there. But a big, big kill leading into a power play here late in the second period. I mean, they have to. You're not wrong, Spencer. This is a massive, massive one. They need a goal here in the worst way. Sounds like kiddo finally fell asleep, so hopefully he's there. I'm on night duty tonight because the wife is kind enough to let me run the live stream for the channel tonight. Make sure you like, throw in a comment if you're joining us at any time tonight. Thank you so much for Spencer for joining us the entire night. You are a real trooper, super fan galore. I'm pretty sure Sean just had to go to bed. Poor guy's got to work. We all have jobs. I get to work from home tomorrow, so I'm happy about that. Get an opportunity to take care of some business around here. Also, check out Friday. We'll have another short from our second episode. If you haven't had a chance to check out our shorts, help us grow the brand a little bit. Tell your friends. Anybody, shoot, tell your enemies. We might be annoying. Something that Alex brought up in our last episode. Let us know how much you love us. That's very true. This beats texting because this is going to be a permanent record. But we appreciate everybody who comes in and checks these out with us. Some fun games this weekend for sure. That Buffalo Toronto game is going to be fun to watch. Avs on the power play here. Looking. Kept it in the zone as they won the faceoff this time. Makar, big blast from the same spot as always for McKinnon. Or that was Natchez again. And hey, you know what? They took a shot again. That's something you can be happy about. Got to find the positives where they come, right? Minute 47 left on the power play. Minute 26 left in the second period. This is the biggest power play of the game for sure. Big win from Nelson. Bouchard's going to clear it down and on net. So that'll force a little shallower of an opportunity here. Makar dropping it back to Natchez. Natchez back to McKinnon. Shocker there. McKinnon carrying it through. Held up at the line. Makar across. Looks shot. Deflected. In front. Oh, and pushed away from the stick of Nelson. And trying to carry it out here is McDavid. He'll slow roll it and spin back in front. The Avs have given up 9 shorthanded goals this season. And kicked away by Blackwood, kept in front. Oh, he kept it away. And here comes McKinnon. They've got 3-on-3 here. Drops it to Kadri. Kadri cross-ice pass. Back in front. McKinnon. Oh, and he couldn't get there. Oh, and Ingram is down. McKinnon cutting in sharp. Oh, man, that's a tough situation. Yikes. Oh, my Lord. That looked, ooh, my goodness. Are they going to get McKinnon for a goaltender interference here? Is that what he's trying to argue, that it was a push or a play? I mean, that was a bang-bang situation. Ingram, stood strong in his crease. I don't know how else to call this. That was a tough situation. Definitely not anything crazy dirty, nothing weird. Just a bang-bang play. Props to Connor Ingram. Big-time props to Connor Ingram on that one. Man alive. What a job. Oh, they can't. There's nothing there. A major for what? Getting caught in a bad situation? He got bumped by Nurse, if anything. Yeah, there's nothing there. That's on Nurse 100%. Yeah, Jari has to come in. Ingram's bleeding, plus that's probably got to be concussion protocol, but you cannot give McKinnon anything other than maybe a goaltender interference on that, if at all. I agree McKinnon should probably get something, but a 5-minute major is bullshit if he gets called for anything on that. If anything, Nurse creates the contact that creates the positioning that puts... Yeah, there's nothing... What's McKinnon going to do? What's he supposed to do? He tried to avoid contact. Right, there's nothing Nate can do there. Nurse cuts off any angle he has to cut back to the inside. If anything, Nurse bumps him hard, puts him in a bad situation. That's a terrible situation for Nathan McKinnon to be in. He's rushing to the net, trying to avoid anything. Nurse is the one who makes the contact. I'm sure all McKinnon haters across the planet are going to call this the dirtiest play in McKinnon's history. He's trying to avoid the situation as best he can. Yeah, exactly what Bouchard's saying here. There's no way he sees it coming. There's nothing McKinnon can do. And Olczyk is agreeing. Nurse did not allow him to get an opportunity to make a play, get away from the situation. If anything, there should, at minimum, McKinnon gets 2 minutes for goaltender interference, but you cannot. I wouldn't even give him a fucking penalty. I mean, no, that's not true. He should get goaltender interference. He came hot and across the zone. He's trying to avoid every opportunity to not make contact with Ingram. He's cut off by Nurse. There's nothing he could have done. Like, he's in no man's land at that point. I mean, I'm stun locked at this point. I have no idea what they're even trying to determine at this point. Why would it have to be a 5-minute major? This is why I fucking hate national broadcast groups that have no fucking clue what they're talking about. This is why I want to do live streams, because these broadcast crews on fucking national broadcast for the US are absolute trash. If you give him five for what? 5 for getting hit? I mean, if anything, I would say it should be rescinded at minimum a 2 minute, or at maximum a 2 minute for goaltender interference. I mean, okay, and this is the part where I get angry that they're reviewing this for so long. Like, this review is taking longer than a power play. This review is taking longer than a 5-minute major at this point. This is fucking ridiculous. What is Darnell Nurse trying to say? Oh, I couldn't do anything. Are you fucking kidding me? A game misconduct? For what? For getting fucking cut down by... Oh my God. There's no fucking way on God's green earth that is a fucking 5-minute major. What a crock of shit. Absolute fucking bullshit. You've got to be fucking kidding me. That is complete and utter bullshit. I don't fucking care who you root for in the NHL. I don't care if you're a fucking Jordan Binnington lover. I don't care if you're a Wild fan. I don't care if you're a Stars fan. That is a crock of fucking shit. I am sorry. No way. In any instance is that a 5-minute major. I am wow. I am very rarely at a loss for words. I might have to clip this part because that's that's ridiculous. I can't even. Wow. Okay, so with 34 seconds left in the second period, it's 4-on-4 for 55 seconds, and then a extended power play for Edmonton. Like they need any more fucking help in this game. Makar has the puck after a shot from Bouchard. Puck goes across ice, pulled up by Taves. He's going to reset here with 20 seconds to go in the period. Makar coming back around through. Good touch. Shot. Save. Rebound. Save. As Jari coming in cold now. Makar puts it through. Touch pass in front. Nothing there. Nick Shushkin can't get it as he's pushed. And Ekholm, who, by the way, is also a pile of shit in this game, forces him to make some extra contact. 6.7 left in the period. I am still unsure as to why that is a 5-minute major. I'm going to be very upset for a minute. Good thing the period's about to end. I'm going to step away, collect my thoughts, and grab some more water once this period ends. But you've got to be kidding me. That's all I can really say about that is I don't understand how that's a 5-minute major. I just don't. Face off 1. Edmonton's going to dump it down, and the clock will tick away to the end of the second period. We head into the second intermission. Edmonton up 3-2. I'll be back in just a few minutes to do the halftime update and scoreboard update for the NHL. All right, I am back now. Quickly returning here. Just kind of updating some stuff real quick and popping in here. Spencer says refs allowed it to get this way too by not calling anything in the whole. Yeah, the whole game's been kind of all over the place. I'm gonna watch my language in the third period. Apologize for that that pretty aggressive rant a little bit ago. Gonna make another quick post here to give ourselves a little opportunity to hopefully get some more people to come in and join the broadcast. Be a lot of fun to have more friends pop in. I'm sure Aaron would be here if he wasn't at the game, right, Spencer? Doing all the admin stuff now because, I got to do this myself. Yes, he is. Welcome, other viewer who's joining us from beyond. Sean says, and I quote, "That was a horseshit call. Nurse clipped his legs. Sure, call it a minor, but 5 in a game is absolute bullshit." Yes, correct. I'm more so frustrated with the fact that respect, go for it. It's one of those situations where I feel like they could make the call a 2-minute minor. I would have been fine with a goaltender interference penalty there. I would have been fine with anything. But what is he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do in that regard with getting clipped by Nurse? I mean, I don't understand what McKinnon's supposed to do in that situation. Like, he's hit by Nurse. He's rushing the net. Yes, he's rushing the zone. Give him a 2-minute minor. There's no way that is anything more than a 2-minute minor. Even Tuca's saying it's not a penalty, or not a major or a game misconduct. And even Anson Carter, who is a former Oiler, by the way, that's something that should tell you everything you need to know. I mean, it's a tough situation. It's a bad situation all around, but you can't. He's trying not to make contact. That's the part that irritates me. It's clear as day that he doesn't want to hit Ingram. It's a tough situation. I'm more so frustrated because there's no way that's a game misconduct. I'm going to say that till the cows come home, but nothing we can do about it now. So no McKinnon for the rest of the game for the Avalanche. Potentially no Ross Colton either. Colton hasn't played a minute since. Yeah, again, and the Nugent Hopkins goal, the power play goal should have been goaltender interference anyway. He didn't allow Blackwood to reset but he got out of the zone. This is one of those massive situations of inconsistency that continues to plague the NHL, and why a lot of people don't take the league seriously. And it's frustrating as hell to see. And at the end of the day, you run into these situations, and it just is what it is. So we take a look at the summary of the intermission. Only one goal scored in that period by Ryan Nugent Hopkins at 4:15. A tip in from Darnell Nurse and Zach Hyman. Nugent Hopkins 17th of the season, putting them up score of 3-2. Avs outshot in that period 11-7. Did kind of rebound after a 7-3 start to rebound there. Faceoffs have evened out a little bit, 57% to 42% in favor of the Avalanche. Avs are 1 for 2 on the power play. As of right now, Edmonton is 1 for 3. 24 penalty minutes for the Avs. Unfortunately, all of that coming from the shenanigans that are what goes against our boy Nate McKinnon. Here's the big difference, though. 19 hits to 11 for the Avalanche, 19 for the Oilers. 16 block shots. 10 giveaways apiece on both sides. 4 takeaways for the Avs to the Oilers, 2. 5 block shots for the Avs as well in the period. Penalties as they stand in that second period. Brock Nelson gets called for 2 minutes for holding the stick. Connor Murphy called 2 minutes for tripping. And then McKinnon gets a 5-minute major for interference, goaltender interference. Follow that up with a 10-minute game misconduct for the hit on Connor Ingram. Let's go back around the league, as there's only one other game going on right now. Currently in the third period, the Predators bounce back with 3 goals from 3 different players in the second period to take a 3-2 lead over the Seattle Kraken right now, which can actually help extend the lead for the Mammoth in that number 1 wildcard spot. Around the league in the other games, the Boston Bruins beat the Kings in overtime 2-1. Charlie McAvoy with the game winner very early in the overtime period. The Jack Quinn led Buffalo Sabres as he picks up a hat trick. They beat the Sharks 6-3 in that one. The Canadiens 3-1 over the Montreal Canadiens 3-1 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Blue Jackets helping out the Sabres with a 5-2 win over the Lightning. The Red Wings drop a game to the Carolina Panthers. Game winner in that one scored by Connor Verhaeghe, his 19th of the season, late in the third period. Alexis Lafreniere picks up a hat trick, his 16th, 17th, and 18th goals of the season as the Flames lose to the Rangers 4-0. In a shootout late in that one, Brendan Russ ties it up late in the third period, but the Penguins could not hold off the Hurricanes as they win 5-4. In overtime, the game before the Avalanche game tonight, the Islanders, who put up 49 shots in this game against the Blues. Blues led by a 3-0 margin. The Blues lose 4-3 in overtime. Matthew Barzal with the game winner. Just to break down on that one, the Islanders were out shooting them 17-5 in the first, 12-9 in the second, 17-8 in the third, and then 3-1 in the overtime period. Absolute domination from the New York Islanders. The other three games on the docket all kind of affect the Avalanche in some regard, as the Golden Knights could not hold the lead. You know, they outshot the Stars 27-16. The Stars win 2-1. Jamie Benn, a power play goal midway through the second period, the difference in the game as they win 2-1. The Wild go off as they have 5 different goal scorers score against the Utah Mammoth, 5-0 in that one. And the Ducks, after giving up an early goal to Morgan Barron, they beat the Jets 4-1, outshooting them 35-13. Let's take a look at other sports around the league here, just to see what's going on in the rest of the world of professional sports. A couple games still going on in the NBA. At halftime, Minnesota and the Lakers are tied at 45. The Pacers currently leading the Kings late in the fourth quarter, 95-90. The San Antonio Spurs continue to play some of the best basketball we've seen in a long time, up on the Celtics, 125-116 with that one tonight. And the Detroit Pistons continue their reign of the East as they beat the Brooklyn Nets by a final score of 138-100. Let's take a look at some NCAA basketball scores here. Big one for my household happened tonight as Mercyhurst, who is my wife's alma mater and my sister-in-law's alma mater, 79-70, they lose to the Long Island Sharks, who win the automatic bid in the Northeast Conference. Mercyhurst playing in their second year in college basketball in the Division I ranks. So CU did fall to Oklahoma State today, 92-83, so their chance for a bid run in the tournament is over. BYU maintaining their reign of the Big 12 as they win 105-91 over Kansas State. A couple games going on right now. Their championship games, actually, for their respective conferences, Idaho and Eastern Washington, and University of Texas Rio Grande Valley against McNeese State. That one taking place in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Great place to be. I didn't catch that part. You're probably right, Spencer. Did I hear shade from the other room when they said if that had been someone like Miles Wood running Ingram, it would have been a suspension or something? Probably. I'm not surprised, but I'm a little shocked that Anson Carter was not all about Edmonton. He tends to be a homer for his former club. I don't blame him, though. I mean, that's a big thing for him. He's allowed to feel how he feels. I know Edmonton's a big part of his career. But I do agree with him that I think Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' second goal could have been a Oh, look at Raj, Alex Ryan-Emmy, getting a little love on the national broadcast. The Altitude radio host getting some love on the national cast, getting in the pocket of Tuukka Rask. So I love to see that. Yeah, and I agree. And then that's the frustrating part. This game should still be 2-2, and McKinnon should still be on the ice. But at the end of the day, there's situations as they stand. I'm gonna tell you what, Tuukka Rask is a riot, and it's fun to see him having fun. I'm glad he's not playing for the Bruins anymore. That's all I gotta say about that. Dude was a monster in net, unbelievable goaltender. He and Henrik Lundqvist both favorites of mine who are non-Avs, if I'm being honest. Let's take a look here. I think that's actually tomorrow. Is that game tomorrow or was it tonight? Ooh, was it tonight? It was tonight. The university. Hey, Spencer, you'll appreciate this. Colorado State women's basketball going to the dance. They beat Air Force 56-42. The university, or Colorado State University, going back to the tournament for the first time in a long time, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what's there. Thanks for the screenshots situation here. Yeah, if McKinnon doesn't get hit, he has a clear path to the goal, or to get around the goaltender. Unfortunate situation. So for our Colorado State Rams, they beat Air Force 56-42. This is their 7th appearance in the NCAA tournament and their first time back since 2016. So a 10-year drought ended, and a great chance for a good program to get a little bit of love, which is fun. And CU also in the tournament. I know, boo CU for the CSU fans in the house. But CU is also an at-large bid. We'll find out officially on Selection Sunday who makes the tournament. But you win your conference, you get an automatic bid. So that's huge for Colorado State. Big opportunity for them to make some noise in the tournament. Let's see if it's updated as to where their projection would be. Yeah, it was updated at 9:45. Colorado State is projected to have a 13th seed against Oklahoma, who's number 4 in the region. So that's awesome to see for Colorado. They're the first 4 with a bye, so they'll probably also be a relatively high seed. There's a ranked 10th seed right now in the second region, and they would be playing University of Washington. That one being in Baton Rouge. Unfortunately, Colorado State has to go play Oklahoma in Oklahoma, so that'll always be fun. But great to see the Rams get into the tournament. Going into last week, Colorado as a state had 0 teams going to the tournament, and then out of nowhere, we now have 3. So that's huge, or 2. That's huge. Great opportunities abound. The men's team, I think, plays tomorrow. They were given a bye, which I think is pretty awesome. They'll take on Fresno State tomorrow, which will be fun. And then don't forget, also on Saturday, Western Michigan, the defending NCAA hockey champions, will take on DU in the NAIA or NHCH or NCHC. Sorry, all the letters get all mixed up in my head. Will be it's going to be a big one for them, as it's DU against Western Michigan. This is really important here. Bednar feeding in the referees here a little bit. So I think that's going to be important for the Avalanche to have that opportunity. Again, if you missed it, if you weren't paying attention, or you're joining this feed a little later than some people, and if I froze, please let me know. Yeah, so the Avs will be without Ross Colton and now Nathan McKinnon. So down 2 forwards. It's going to be a lot of rotation now for Bedsies. The blender will be out in full effect to see what's going to happen here in the future. But they need to have a big period here, and this kill is about to be one of the most important kills of the season, I would say, not just of this game, because this game can get out of hand in a hurry with a large 5-minute window. So 4 minutes of free power play time for Edmonton. If you're Colorado, take full advantage of any opportunity that presents itself. Puck across, pass back across, shot saved by Blackwood here to start the third period. Puck shot again, saved by Blackwood, cleared out by the Avs. Huge clear, big opportunity there. Bouchard with the drop pass. Carry into the zone. Puck poked away. Forced down deep. Spinning around is McDavid. Holding. Drop back pass to Bouchard. Back to McDavid. Down below the point. Deflected out by Parker Kelly. Back to Bouchard at the top. Off the stick of McDavid. Trying to fight off Manson. Can't do it. Oh, great dump down by Manson. Touch pass back to Draisaitl, huge save there by Blackwood and a bigger clear. Massive job by Manson and Drury there, making the play that they need to keep this power play driven away. Good press here up top by, looks like Kiviranta. This puck gets dropped in deep. Kulak on the kill with Waugh and Malinsky. Now Kiviranta up top, and that one's going to get away from the point and ricochet all the way down to Jari. Wallman's going to carry it out here as the second unit comes out for Edmonton. And now we are closing in on official power play time here. Puck cycling around, blocked and out of the zone. Great play there. Forcing wide, that might be, oh, no, lost an edge. Good job by Nicholas Waugh, and cleared out again. So 2 minutes to go on the power play. Reset here with Bouchard as the top unit back out there. Pass forward, dropped back to McDavid, has it poked off of his stick by Nichushkin, pressured on Hyman, carried it through Nugent-Hopkins, deflected, and played with a high stick. He can't touch it. Oh, that's going to be a puck out of the zone. Minute 34 left to go in the power play. Probably a follow-through, but you won't see a highlight because I think this is a Canadian feed. Just kidding. I actually have no idea. I know that I think they share the Sportsnet feed. Face-off won by Edmonton. Bouchard, drop pass. Cross pass from Draisaitl, thrown in deep and given chase. Nope, that was off the net. Thrown all the way down and out. Another great clear. Jari touches it back. Bouchard carrying it out. Nugent-Hopkins behind. He'll take it. Try to go quick through the zone. Does. Dispossessed, but goes to Draisaitl. Draisaitl cross-ice pass. Looks, waits, shoots. Oh, no. Good thing it didn't go in. It probably would have been goaltender interference, but probably not. We'll see. Puck through the zone. Bouchard, 50 seconds left. Tipped by Kelly. Back to Bouchard at the top of the circles. Through, back in front. McDavid, shot. Saved by Blackwood. Thought he had it, but doesn't. Deflected in front, carrying, and kept in. And nope, poked. Yeah, kept in. Now flipped up and out. Picked up by Drury. And he'll dump it down. 29 seconds left. This has been a massive kill for the Avs to start this third period. Unbelievable job. 19 seconds left. Carrying it through. Roslovic. Interference. If that's Makar, that's interference. Puck trickles around. 7 seconds left. Poked at. Kept in front. Poked away, and the Avs kill off the 5-on-3. just to turn it over in the zone. Oh, my God. Drop in front, saved by Blackwood behind the net. Turn back around, tipped away wide, pushed over across by Murphy. All the way across, Blackwood keeping himself in front, and he'll cover up and hold and allow for a change. What a crazy sequence there, but an unbelievable job by Blackwood and this penalty kill to keep the Avalanche 1 goal down. That's the biggest kill of the night, hands down. Kulak deflected that one back onto Blackwood. Good job by Blackwood to stay patient and in front, denying Draisaitl at the bottom there. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me, not Draisaitl, Roslovic. Huge denial. Massive, yes, excellent PK. Unbelievable job by this unit. That's why they're one of the best in the league. Hands down right there. Unbelievable job by everybody involved. Did everything right there. Now they need to take advantage. Gets the puck out. Here he comes with pace. Looking across. Kadri tried to get it, and he gets stick tied up. No chance. Edmonton right on back in through. Spinning back around, trying to make a play. Caught in the corner. Puck trickling down below. Back up to the blue line. Sent back behind the boards, or excuse me, behind the goal. Would be out of play if it was behind the boards. Makar, nice job there to get it a free. Looking to play it up. Blocked down. What a play. Holds, waits, holds. Sends it back in front. Cut off. What a job by the defense there. Beautiful job now. Kadri carrying it into the zone. Passes through. Holds, waits, looks. Poked. Trickled down to the outside. Great back check there by Edmonton. No opportunity for the shot for Colorado. Wallman sending it back to his line mate. Resets here as Ekholm holds. And he'll sit there as long as they let him. Wallman going all the way up through everybody. That played by Blackwood as it's off his Avalanche stick. Carrying through. Resetting. Brought up by Drury, trying to go through everybody. Sends it down through, pushing it all the way wide. Pitchforked back behind the net. Across. Drury gets there first. Back to the blue line. Quick shot through traffic. Good stop, but blocked. Puck stays on. Good job on the back check again for the Avalanche. Parker Kelly getting it to Drury, or excuse me, to Waugh. Caught in front. Trying to keep it on. Gets to a stick. Malinsky. Shot blocked. Where'd the puck go? Oh, there's Kulak trying to make a play on it. Does. Coming through. Down low is Malinsky. Swings it in front. Shot blocked. And carried away. Good job by Edmonton to clear the zone. Kulak dumping it down. Quick rotation. Bardakov. Bardakov holds, waits, looks. Spins back. Caught against the boards again. And Chushkin tried to poke it a free. Couldn't do it. Now he's got it. Carrying it up. Good pass across. Shot through traffic. Shot. Score! Deflected goal by Val Nichushkin, and the Avs are back on top. Back even. Unbelievable shot. Massive job by Val Nichushkin. That was a choo-choo train play 100%. Keeping the puck in the zone. Great job. That kill is even bigger now that they've tied the game. Look at this play. Sam Malinsky, again, shot on point. Good, a beautiful deflection. Just the corner tip by Nichushkin, enough to get Jari out of position. Unbelievable play by this team, and the Avs again showing why they're the best team in hockey. Unbelievable. What a goal. Massive, massive goal here near the midway point of the third period. Tie ball game. Puck down behind the zone. Makar's got it. Challenging McDavid. McDavid takes it away. They throw it up to Bouchard. Bouchard on the backhand. Tried to make the pass cut off. Avs have numbers if they want them. Kadri trying to get through. Couldn't do it. Puck goes back. Cycles back to Taves. Hey, Taves figured out how to get the hole out of his stick. Sends it back out of the zone. Hyman dumps it in, and Taves will corral behind the net. Waits, passes it back. Quick settle here. Parker Kelly out there with Drury. Drury to Kelly. Kelly's shot denied by Drury and into the netting. Wallman and Kelly getting into it a little bit, but huge goal for, man, I'll tell you what, that goal could not have come at a better time for the Avalanche. Absolutely perfect tip from Nichushkin. Unbelievable. I don't know if the Avs could have asked for a better opportunity than that one. Whew. Boy, oh boy. Edmonton out shooting them in the period 6-1 as well, and that one shot on net is a goal, so I'll take it. So you get a 4-minute kill to start the period. You defend well, you play well, you get pucks on sticks, and then you end up finishing like that. I'll take it all day, every day. I also have to wake up early because I have to take my son to daycare tomorrow. Yeah, and then I have a bunch of meetings. I'm in meetings. Fun fact: so Spencer and I work together. I am in meetings from 8:30 a.m. until 4:00 p.m. tomorrow, with like one break in between. So that's fun. I also am gonna try to attempt to watch the Arsenal Bayer Leverkusen game at 11:45 tomorrow, because I care about soccer and I am the only one on this network who does. I'm an Arsenal fan, so I root for all the cadre. Yeah, I do have a whole ass human being to take care of too. So, it's one of those games, just like, it's one of those situations where it's awesome. I love being a dad. It's the coolest thing ever. And he'll probably play hockey. If Sean has his way, he'll definitely play hockey. Avs take away in the offensive zone. Passing it back. Here's Manson. All the way across. Burns throwing it towards the net. Saved by Jari. Waugh loses, or not Waugh, didn't lose his stick. Someone lost his stick. And it's a penalty on the Avalanche for what? Oh, what a save by Blackwood again. But a penalty? Yeah, it's a ton of meetings. It's like 5 meetings. It's ridiculous. So it looks like the Avs are going back on the penalty kill. Oh, come on. Waugh gets called for high stick after getting held. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Great play by Manson, though, to prevent the opportunity on the backside. Put Colson going for Draisaitl and Manson just making the play. So the Avs got to do what they got to do again here. Another penalty to kill off. An unfortunate situation there as Nicholas Waugh. I mean, you got to manage your stick. Riker says it best. You got to keep track of your stick at all times. It's a tough situation as it stands. But I mean, that's a penalty. I'm mad about it, but it's a penalty. So 11:40 to go here in the third period. Edmonton gets their chance at another opportunity to score here. Nice job by Nelson to block that one away. And scooped up and cleared out by Nichushkin, forcing Jari to have to play it behind the net. Nelson given a little bit of pressure, but more so, I think, just kind of being a presence. Resets down. Bouchard back to McDavid. Back to Bouchard. Oh, looked like a slash there, not called. Walking down the line. Bouchard with the bumper pass to McDavid. Back through. Missed wide. McDavid with the touch pass. Tried to cycle it back through to McDavid, and he scores. Unbelievable bullshit situation yet again. I mean, that one right there is a tough one to take, but I mean the call was right. You got to manage your stick at all times. But the situation I have is there's an issue at the beginning of this power play. There's a clear slash at the top of the top of the box before the cycle even starts, and it turns into a situation where it's just, if you're gonna call ticky tack crap in the game, you got to call all the ticky tack crap, and that's absolute shenanigans. Shenanigans. It's just what it is. I'm trying to clean up my language. It's difficult. 10:50 to go. Avs currently trailing 4-3 on another power play goal, this time from Connor McDavid. And I mean, if the Avs aren't going to be able to buy a call here for the rest of the game, they're going to have to do it on their own terms. Currently down 2 forwards, which is not necessarily easy. Edmonton down a goalie at the moment. Just kind of is what it is. And they are going to call icing. Wow, that was a bit of a delayed. Yeah, word of the game is shenanigans. I'm replacing other aggressive cuss words that I could be using. Trying to clean up my language. I went upstairs to check on some things and found out I was being pretty loud and pretty aggressive. That McKinnon situation made me very angry. So 10:20 to go here. We're about halfway point of the third period. Puck kept in, pushed out by the Oilers. Malinsky back to grab it. And another whistle here. Sean called trash. I agree. Did they just call a hooking penalty on Kapanen? Yep. All right. Hey, the Avs get a chance here. Let's see exactly the Mackless power play. Let's see how this goes here. It was successful in the first game. Nate just with a bomb. Let's see if we can get one here. It's tough to get excited about a pretty mid power play right now. Natchez shot, quick shot. Oh, and it went wide. And here comes Edmonton trying to push it out of the zone. I might have to have Sean this weekend explain the difference between interference calls. There's a big drive through, pushed back in front, nothing there, cut off, and quick reset. Natchez to Nichushkin, who's on the top now. There's Makar back in the front set. Resets here. So it's Nichushkin, Nelson, Kadri, Makar, and Natchez. Back to Kadri. Tried to go through to Makar, gets poked and dumped down. Minute 13 left here in the power play. Good job by Blackwood to quickly get it reset here. As here comes Makar. Makar drops it to Natchez, who carries through, sends it across to Nichushkin. Drop down to Natchez. Shot saved by Jari. Tried to go short side. Tough break there. Flipped up and out of the zone. Nichushkin thought he had a chance. Here comes the second unit. Taves drops it through to Roy. Back to Natchez, who's on both. Burns back to Taves. Back to Natchez. Shot through traffic, poked out a couple times, kept away. Taves trying to get deep on it. 30 seconds left. Puck cycling back. Ooh, no call here. No hand up, tripped. Waugh was tripped clearly. No call. I mean, you got to give me something here, guys. This is ridiculous. 14 seconds left on the power play. Taves going up, finds Brindley. Brindley through traffic. Sends it back to Brindley, back to the bumper. Burns with the push deep, nothing there. Taves sends it back around through Brindley, back to Burns with the deep shot, and he whiffed it wide. Kept it in, though. Does Drury. Burns pushing it to Taves. Taves through, trying to find something, nothing there. They tip it up and out, and the Avs will reset. So the power play ends with nothing, but a few shots for the Avs there. 3 shots on the power play. Evens up the shots here in the period. 7 minutes to go. 7:40 to go in the third period. Kulak through traffic, saved by Jari. big hit on Taves as he tries to slip through, and that's going to come all the way out. Batted up and played through by Nelson. Little dipsy-do there. No trip there either. What in the flying... Absolutely cut down. Probably going to say he lost an edge, but you've got to call that one. That's ridiculous. Opportunistic breakaway play there. Nichushkin slipping it through. Finds Kulak looking for the backhand try. Jari with the save, and he holds. And there's Darnell Nurse doing the only thing he's good at, being a pylon. The fact that they didn't call anything on that Nelson breakthrough is absolutely ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. Just unbelievable. I'm beside myself at the moment, just trying to stay relaxed as best I can, and I'm not very good at it. Challenges right now, trying to really figure out how best to explain what I'm seeing on the ice. I mean, the Avs aren't helping themselves in certain situations, but at the same time, if you're going to call trash one way, you got to call trash the other way. It's just unfathomable the amount of calls going in either direction. And the fact that McKinnon is out of this game because of a relatively trash call is still beyond me. I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, the Avs are 1 for 3 tonight. Edmonton's 2 for 4. It's the difference in the game. Yeah, something about this one feels a little off all around. But I mean, still, you gotta beat the refs. I mean, so it's one of those situations where you know it's a bad game. You know you're not going to get the calls you want to make. You want them to make, but at the same time, you can't hold it against them for the missed shots and opportunities. But honestly, this game should even be 3-3, if not 3-2 Colorado. I don't know how you don't give Nugent Hopkins a goalie interference on the second goal, on his second goal. I'm still trying to kind of put it together, but I'll save the rest of my thoughts for post game. 7:07 left here as the third period starts. A false start here from Draisaitl. Shocking, I know. Avs are now losing the face-off battle, 21-22, and that's offside. Yeah, they're starting to muck it up like they know how to do. Frederick being the pest that he can be. Trent Frederick is a pain in the butt, by the way. I don't know. He definitely thinks he's baby Marchand. The only problem is he's not actually good at scoring goals or being a quality player other than to be a muck-up guy. I could be wrong. He could be a 75 goal guy if he wanted to be. But he's not. He's a thug. So Kiviranta, Kadri, and looks like Drury. I mean, you got to bring the blender out when you're missing two forwards. One by injury, one by insufferability, I guess, would be how I would want to explain it right now. Puck stays in the zone. Trying to push it down deep. Malinsky giving chase. Pokes it through, but not out. Waits through, and that one does get out. Slow rolling. And they're going to... I mean, I don't know how you give an icing on that one, but what do I know? I've been wrong all night. So, they're going to show it again. Shocking. The broadcast showing the McKinnon misconduct. I'm sure I'll be excited to see how many online referees will be calling this one like McKinnon should get a 9-game suspension. McKinnon should be kicked out of the league. All of the wonderful narratives that come with incidents like this. Yeah, I mean, it's not quite what Malkin did to Dahlin. If you didn't see that, I highly recommend you look it up. Natchez takes the puck away in the neutral zone, makes a little move, slips past everybody, waits, holds, throws it across to the point. Back, big shot from Natchez and pushed wide by Jari. Bardakov trying to get free. He's tied up, no call. Avs trying to keep it in the zone, and they can't, but a great job. Keep it out. Here comes Nelson. Waiting. Looks, finds Kulak trying to slip it through the zone, and it's not going to be anything as Jari's going to scoop it up with 5:49 to go. Avs are starting to muck it up in the neutral zone a little bit as we head for another TV timeout. Part of why Dahlin gets a lot of the pain that he gets is it's very much deserved. He is a gnat. He is a Pester guy. He's a pain in the butt, but you know what? He's deservedly a pain in the butt. He also plays with he plays within the guidelines. He'll get you a little bit with a stick in the he'll put a stick in a place it's not supposed to go every once in a while, and he'll give you a little extra cross check just where the pads don't quite meet. And he'll give you a little push or a nudge when he's trying to mess with your goalie, but not to the point where he deserved a 2-hand slash to the throat or the direct assault he took a couple nights ago from Brendan Hagel. He drew a 5-game suspension from Malkin and a maximum fine for Brendan Hagel. Hagel's situation is a little bit different. I feel like Hagel didn't need to quite go as hard as he did on Dahlin, but I think that's just the frustration of Tampa Bay not playing very well right now and watching the division slip out of their hands and potentially more at this point. Even a home ice opportunity for them is looking a little scared at the moment for how that division has kind of changed hands. Also, we're going to get a new champion this year. I don't see Florida making a run to get back into the hunt of things. As I actually are showing the game breakdown right now. Hagel did not need to hit him in the back of the head. Hagel's cheap as shit. If you watch our last episode, I have a huge rant on how much I hate John Cooper. And he sort of fosters that sort of culture in Tampa Bay, and it's frustrating. Makar with the puck through traffic, tries to throw it on net, and back to Taves. Makar with the shot fakes, and it's blocked, pushing the puck back out of the zone. Edmonton, I think, is just going to dump and hope now. There's Frederick again, being a huge pain in the backside. Puck moves up here. Here's Nelson. Through the zone, has it taken off of his stick by Draisaitl and sent out and wide. Avs trying to keep it in the zone. They do. Bardakov has it poked off of his stick, kept in by Kulak, pushed wide, and will be thrown out of the zone by Edmonton's defense, picked up by Taves. 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Kulak, touch pass to Kiviranta. Kiviranta's shot. Good save by Jari, and he'll hold for a whistle. Shout out again to scoredleader.com for making the cool scorebug I was able to put together. Found them when I was doing the U.S.-Canada game. Hoping to be able to do the sledge hockey tournament, the gold medal game this week, if possible, as the U.S. are back in the semifinals after a massive win. I believe they beat Italy 14-1. Shout out to Sean for keeping me up on that one as well, keeping you guys up on the Instagram. Always fun to see our Paralympic teams dominating as well. Kulak fighting in the corner with Kapanen. Kapanen, the former Penguin in Maple Leaf. Puck going to Natchez. Natchez giving a little space, pulls up at the blue line. Oh, what a deke. Oh, he made another man miss. Oh, he shoots through traffic, blocked. Kadri back up top. Natchez again, all the way across. Shot blocked, and it's kicked away by Jari. And Jari goes down. tired of watching Edmonton keep goalies going down, and we're not even anywhere near them. Kiviranta, bodied in the corner by Nurse, holding up tight, trying to keep the puck away. 4 minutes to go here in the period. Nurse trying to flip it up and out, and he does. Not fast enough. Yep, they already waved it off, even though that's been slower than some of the ones they've kept. Makar carrying it through here. Sends it back across. Manson loses it. Trying to force it back in, and it's out again. Puck up on an edge. We'll have to watch for Blackwood here, as that's an icing call. So the Avs, 3:47 left. There have been a lot of late period goals in this game of hockey today, all over the league. So it's Nugent Hopkins in the faceoff circle against Drury, who can't get the win. Malinsky chasing McDavid, and Malinsky gets there first and turns it around. Good job by him and Burns. Pushes the puck forward, slips past the defender. Drury fighting for it in the corner. He's been noticeable tonight in a lot of positive ways. He's been fighting his way through a lot of challenging situations as he steals it there. Tries to throw it in front and couldn't get it past. Puck still in the zone. Kulak deep. Shot through traffic, blocked as they're just clogging up all the shooting lanes are Edmonton. Bouchard carrying it back, turns it back around, and they play it up and out. Puck gets dumped in, caught by the Avs D, thrown over to Malinsky. Malinsky, dump and chase here, deflected. Good job by Kiviranta getting in deep. Pushes through, trapped in behind, and can't get it out. Does Edmonton, throws towards the net, deflected wide. Kept in front, Waugh trying to make a play on it there, can't do it. Puck goes all the way down. Is this going to be an icing call? No, they wave it off. Are you kidding me? Manson and Taves trying to fight through some struggle here. Bardakov available, opens himself up. Challenged by two different Edmonton Oilers there. Nurse throwing it around the boards, up and out of play. Just a lot of dumping here now. 2:15 left in the third. Nelson through everybody. Drops it back. Trying to find something. Lost the puck. Kept in the zone as the net is empty. 2 minutes to go. Cycling it back around. Picked up on the sideboards by Natchez. Thrown up top and lost by Makar. He has to reset. Given chase. Avs can't touch up. They're going to. That's going to be offside. 1:52 left to go here. It's going to go to the dot just on the opposite side here. Avs out shooting Edmonton 28-24. Trying to keep that as updated as possible. They're going to keep Blackwood out of the net because they are on the positive side of the red line. 1:52 to go here. Hope for a face-off win from Brock. Looks like Nelson, Brinley, Natchez, and the Avs lose the face-off. They're going to try and dump this one high. That's a floater, and good job by Makar to be playing center field there. 1:42 to go here with the man advantage. Natchez tried to hit Nelson. Goes a little too far, thrown up, and that's going to be wide. That'll be an icing call. 1:28 left here. This is a situation where you wish you had Mack, you wish you had Lehkonen, you wish you had Landeskog, but you're going to have to find a new hero. You got Nichushkin, you got Kadri, got Makar. Nelson in the faceoff circle, 13 of 19 tonight. Brinley pushing it over, Nichushkin giving chase. Plays it in deep, kept in. Natchez throws it across. Natchez, great job by the Avs to keep it alive. Makar baiting. Top of the circles from the blue line, back to Natchez. Natchez throwing it towards the net, deflected in front, shot off the post. Oh, man, I thought he had it. Oh, Natchez throwing it across. Good quick touch. Avs pushing down low. Under a minute to go. Back in front from the bumper. Nothing there. Nichushkin playing it back up. Makar cross to Natchez. Natchez trying to throw it in, and it's thrown out. 47 seconds left. Natchez through. Jari calling for it. They send it up and down and out. All the way around. And that'll be another icing. 34-7 left. Holy mackerel. And Bednar's going to take his timeout. Edmonton with 23 block shots tonight. That's a big statistic to think about. 23 block shots for this team. Oh, man. I thought Brindley had it. Tough break. And then Natchez and Hyman just doing a great job there to force Natchez off the puck. Tough situation all around for the Avs there. This is a big 34.5 here with both Minnesota and Dallas winning. I mean, you got a decent gap, but still, you don't want to lose to teams like Edmonton. This one's definitely a much different game than the 9-1 massacre that happened earlier in the year. This is what happens when you get two very good teams to go up against each other. Honestly, I hope everything's all right with Connor Ingram. I'm hoping it was more precautionary to keep him out of the game. Curious to see what the league decides to do with the whole McKinnon situation. I know game misconducts are reviewed for fines and suspensions. I don't see anything coming from it, but who knows. Nelson in the faceoff circle again. Gets the win. Natchez takes it through, has it blocked. Pushed down deep. Sent around, but not out. Kadri's got it. Check from behind. Nothing there. Dumped over the top. And stays in the zone. What's the call here? Are they saying a deflection? Oh, off the glass and out. Okay. Fair enough. They made enough bad calls tonight. I just had to check. So Kadri in the dot this time. 24.2 left. Of course, he wins it, so they have to take it back. I'm sorry, that's Nicholas Waugh. Waugh in the faceoff circle. Tied up, Avs. And he misses the net. That's a huge miss. 15 seconds left. Turned around. Kept in by the Avs. Here we go. 11 seconds to go. Pushing up the ice. Here comes Natchez. Natchez pulls up. Looks, waits, holds. 6 seconds left. Shoots. Deflected in front. And that's going to do it. Down to one knee. Clock runs out, and that will do it. The Avs lose 4-3 on I don't know how else to explain it, folks. This one hurts. Tough situation. You lose McKinnon in the second period on a questionable game misconduct. You hold off a 5-minute major. You then get a tough situational power play that, I mean, I've seen less called. I've seen more called. Just didn't do enough tonight. Couple tough situations. Hold a 5-point lead over Dallas. You have a game in hand on them, 2 games in hand on Minnesota. Truth be told, Avs played hard tonight. You're down in essentially an entire 2 lines tonight. Defense did not play well enough in a lot of moments. A lot of bad situations. Burns, Taves. Everybody's got to be better. Can't go into the next game thinking about this one, though. One of the nice things about hockey is there's always another chance. And, you know, you got to come back in a couple nights and play the Kraken in Seattle and bounce back. We'll see what's up with Ross Colton. Tough break for him tonight as well. Losing him doesn't help when you're already down Lehkonen and Landy and LOC, who hasn't played a minute this year, at this point. But be very curious to see what they choose to do on Wednesday. This one sucks. I don't like losing to Edmonton. I don't like losing in general, but I don't like losing to Edmonton, especially when Connor McDavid gets the game winner in a situation like that. But big night for Nugent Hopkins as he played phenomenal tonight. Can't really knock him too hard for what he brought to the table tonight. I do think his second goal still should have been a little bit more scrutinized than it was. But gotta give credit where credit's due. Jari came in and did his job that he needed to do. Avs played poorly defensively. There's really no other way to really twist this knife any further. Got to be better next game. Got to find a way to do it. And you can't really do too much in the way of finding ways to lose games. You got to find ways to win them. And that's a difficult situation. Ross scores early, then is eliminated from the game. I would like to see what happened that caused him to be off the ice. But overall, can't take this one the way we did. Got to move on. Next game, is an important one. So, with that being said, again, the Avs lose tonight 4-3 in a heartbreaker. Bounce back next on Wednesday night, another 8 o'clock start. I will not be live streaming that one Thursday night. I'm definitely not be live streaming that one as it's Thursday night. And 8 o'clock starts are tough enough as it is, but they'll take on the Seattle Kraken. And again, we'll be rooting for Edmonton as they play the Stars. That one is a game I hope nobody gets points in, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, please enjoy, like, subscribe, do everything. Shout out to Spencer. Thank you so much for hanging out with me all night on the broadcast. For the people who popped in and out, we really appreciate you too. To the people who threw the 4 likes down, we thank you so much. We're really just doing our part to grow this channel as best we can. Sean and I are hoping to record an episode this weekend, have it up by at least Monday. Since he's going to be out of town, Alex is going to be out of town, and you guys get enough of me talking for almost 3 hours here on this cast tonight. But truthfully, thank you so much for those of you who popped in tonight. Thank you those who are going to watch this on a replay. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please enjoy your night. Have a good rest. And we'll see you back soon enough. Go Avs, and take care. Okay, I love you. Bye.